Hello everyone! Hello! Welcome to the day 41 stream, and today I'm gonna do the Baizhu Story Quest. I really need to open the door for open the Genshin door right now. I just logged in today. Okay. Alright, let's go. Time to kick down the door. Alright. I think I rarely showed my starting screen in streams. Because usually in streams I've already logged in into the game. So yeah. I'm actually not sure how long it will take me to finish the Baizhu story quest, but usually for story quests, it usually takes me an entire stream to finish them. So yeah. Okay. Wait. Alright, I'm gonna go claim my battle pass stuff. Wait. Oh wait. Let me go claim my expeditions and stuff first. Alright. I just realized I haven't really done my dailies for a long time, but that's okay. We still have
Glad
enough
after
Primo gems
episode.
to get postalors when whenever that may be. Also, that reminds me, I've actually lost track of time because I've just realized that usually I think most likely this will be the week wherein we might get a live stream for version 4.0. Yeah, because usually there's a special program for Genshin at like usually it's Friday or Saturday, and then on the week after that usually there's not much to do in game, and then after that week it's usually the new patch already, the release of the new patch. So yeah, I'm not actually sure if I'm gonna stream the special program, but maybe I might. It depends. It depends because we don't have an announcement yet, the special program, but usually special programs get announced on Wednesdays or Thursdays if they're still going with that schedule. So yeah, we'll see. Because if it's on a if ever it will be on a Friday or a Saturday, I think let me think about it. Maybe I might do a short surprise stream because I did that for Honkai Star Rail. The last time that they had a special program, I did an impromptu stream. Okay, 90. But if ever I do an impromptu stream, I'm not sure if I'm gonna do it um during the special program itself, because usually they stream the special programs at it's 8 p.m. or 7. Wait, is it 8 p.m.? I think it's 8 p.m. at my time. Because for Saria it's 7:30. Yeah, for Genshin it's 8 p.m. for us. So yeah, I might stream it either whenever it just we'll just see. But honestly, I think I prefer it if I stream it at the usual 10 p.m. time, because I am much more used to watching special programs on YouTube because it's much easier to backtrack the cutscenes for trailers and such. And yeah, to those who have watched my reactions to trailers and special programs before, I take a long time in dissecting the cutscenes and trailers. So yeah. Okay. Oh my god, my resin is capped. Anyways, that's okay. I'll just do it. I'll just do it. Maybe after the Baizhu Story Quest. Let's see. Okay. Alright, so let me, without further ado, we're gonna unlock the Baizhu Story Quest right now. Let me go get the quest log. Okay. So that would be here. Okay. I think I have enough keys. Spend 1 story key to unlock the story quest for Baizhu. There we go. Also, let me go claim some keys real quick. Oh wait, I can't claim keys yet. Right. I'm not really sure if I'm gonna stream hangout events, but I might. Most likely. We'll see. Okay. Alright, so the Heart of Healing. The search for a physician. Go to Bubu Pharmacy. Someone seems to be asking for help outside Bubu Pharmacy. Okay, let's go there. Oh, by the way, for those of you who didn't know, actually Baizhu is the first ever Dendro character that got introduced in game. However, it was during the time that Dendro didn't exist yet as a gameplay element. Yeah, because back then, way back then, in the early days, in the early months of Genshin, the only Dendro reaction that we know of is burning. Other than that, Dendro doesn't do anything. Dendro only got fully released once we reached Sumeru. So yeah. Also, it took him it took Baizhu this long to get released. Oh my god.
What's your name, buddy? Are you here to buy some medicine? Where are your mom and dad?
Are you lost?
No, I'm not. My name's Ayu, and I'm here because...
Hey there, Chi-Chi! Hi, Gui! What's going on? Hi, Traveler and Paimon.
You've actually come at the perfect time. This little boy seems to have gotten himself lost. I think he must be new to the city. Probably wandered away from his parents and...
No, listen to me! I'm not the one who's lost. It's my dad.
Oh.
Your dad? How does a fully grown man manage to get lost in Liyue Harbor?
This reminds me of how that one kid from Dragonspine kept looking for Joel. Oh, wait, was it? Wait, I forgot the name. Who? Joel? Was it Joel? I'm not sure.
Well, my dad's always been kind of forgetful. In the past, he was just a little slow to react sometimes. But I'm worried that it's getting more serious.
So, what about your mom?
She went out a few days ago to gather some herbs for my dad, but she still hasn't come back. Meanwhile, my dad's been getting worse and worse. I remembered that the owner of Bubu Pharmacy always runs a clinic in Qingce Village during the lantern night. So I thought, why don't I take Dad to Liyue Harbor to see him there?
Must be in Baizhu.
When we got to the city gate, I took a moment to ask the Millith guards for directions to the pharmacy. And then, when I turned back around, my dad was gone.
Jods OMG, hello lore person. Hello, welcome to the stream, Jods.
I asked the Millith guys to go find him, but he said they won't be able to send that many people. So then I figured, maybe I can ask some other people in the city to help.
You came to the right place. We're pros at finding people. Isn't that right, Traveler?
It will be a piece of cake for us.
CHANGSHENG can help. She has a good sense of smell.
The snake.
Like a dog. Hey, who's talking about me behind my back?
Sometimes I forget CHANGSHENG talks.
CHANGSHENG, Chi-Chi meant that as a compliment. There's no need to be upset. Hello, child. You mentioned that you were looking for the owner of Bubu Pharmacy. How might we be of service?
You have a talking snake? Oh, are you Uncle Baizhu?
Uncle Baizhu?
CHANGSHENG, now's not the time. My dear boy, could you tell me more about your father's condition, as much as you can recall?
Yes, Dr. Baizhu.
I explains his father's health situation to
I
Baizhu.
see. And your family lives near Qingce Village, you say? I visit patients there frequently, but I don't recall ever seeing you or your parents.
Uh-huh. My mom doesn't like meeting other people, especially during Lantern Rite. She always tells me to just stay at home and keep my dad company.
Is that so? Ayu, by any chance, is your mother's name JIALIANG?
Whoa, yeah, it is! Do you know my mom, Dr. Baizhu?
I certainly do. Gui, QIQI, are there any pressing matters in the pharmacy at the moment? Ayu's parents are old acquaintances of mine.
Oh.
So I would very much like to assist with the search. Would the two of you have time to join me?
Don't forget us two. We already told Ayu that we'd help.
Oh, really? Well, that's wonderful. We are most grateful for your support.
You can count on us.
QIQI and I need to clear up the shop front first, but once that's taken care of, we'll be right out to help you with the search.
Family is very important.
Thank you. Then I'll leave you to handle the pharmacy. Traveler, Paimon, why don't you come with me and Ayu? Let's start by talking to the Millilith guards at the city gates, see if they have an update.
Alright, the Heart of Healing has officially started. Let's go. Okay, before we proceed to the Millilith guards, let me go talk to QIQI and her Wiki for a moment. Okay.
His family. We have to find them.
Can you believe that little boy brought his father all this way to see the doctor? Oh, what a remarkable child. I didn't even know how to buy medicine by myself when I was his age.
Also, Emski, welcome to the stream. Alright, I just started the Baizhu Story Quest just now, so yeah, you haven't missed much yet. Let's go. Okay, so I've actually wondered for a long time now on why Baizhu and QIQI sometimes stop by in Qingce Village during Lantern Rite, but now I got the answer. So it turns out, as what was mentioned earlier in the story quest. So actually, apparently, Baizhu always sets up a clinic during Lantern Rite in Qingce Village, so that's why he and QIQI go to Qingce Village at times during Lantern Rite. You might have noticed them sometimes in Qingce Village if you've ever played previous Lantern Rites. Okay. Alright, so we're now gonna go to the Millilith guards. Okay. So we're gonna go here. Oh! Actually, until now, I still find it weird that the nearest waypoint to the harbor is this one and this one. There's no waypoint that is directly close to the gate. First, oh wait, not gate, archway,
Something on your mind
archway.
again? Let's work through it together.
But
Two heads are better than one.
But yeah, I don't actually mind because actually the view from this waypoint right here is so good. I actually always whenever I can, I take pictures here whenever there's lantern right. The harbor is so pretty. During lantern night events, you can actually see all of the tiny lanterns floating around. Okay, so we're gonna go right here. I hope I don't fall down into the pool right there.
They searched to the north, but couldn't find anyone who matched the description.
Well, that complicates things. The city folks say there's no sign of him either. We need to start looking further afield. But where are we gonna get the people?
Excuse me, sirs. Have you found out anything about my dad yet?
Ah, hey there, buddy. Dr. Baizhu. What brings you out this way?
The boy asked for our help, so we're here to join the search. Any new developments to update us on?
Oh, thank goodness. We were just discussing how we're running out of manpower. As for updates, I'm sorry to say that we've searched the surrounding area thoroughly, but didn't find anything.
The guards at the crossing up ahead said they hadn't seen anyone either, so we don't believe he was heading towards the QIQI Plains. But it is possible that he was bound for Luofu.
Whoa, wait a
Luofu
minute.
Pool? The terrain there can be tricky to navigate.
Oh, wait.
Let's hope he hasn't run into any trouble.
We'll take that area.
You will? Oh, great. We can't thank you enough.
Sorry we weren't able to find your dad, buddy.
That's okay. Thank you for trying.
I haven't actually been to Liyue in a long time, so... But I think I know the place. Should be... Wait, is it? Oh, wait, wrong. Wrong place. I thought, for a second there, I thought... Oh, wait, no, it's actually the same place. Yeah, this one, I always go to this area quite a lot. Because the landscape there is so beautiful.
I'm afraid we have to stay at our posts, so we won't be able to join you in the search.
We'll update our superiors on the situation and see if they can assign anyone else to help.
Okay, we're gonna go to Luofu. Wait, I know I know this waypoint right here is nearer than this one, but let me go teleport here first. I want to see the view again. Ah, this one. I think this is one of my most favorite places in Liyue. Especially back then. Because back then, I always go to this area to collect the lotus heads. Back when I wasn't... During... during the previous... during my first few months of playing Genshin, I actually didn't use... I rarely use healers, so that was why I actually had to collect a lot of ingredients for healing food and such. So yeah, this is actually one of my go-to areas for collecting lotus heads. I miss that. Anyways, okay, let's actually go here so that it would be easier. Okay. Oh wait, I forgot I have Scaramouche here. I can just fly around.
Too slow.
Okay, here. Oh, I actually forgot that we have this area right here. Yeah, I think I've been to this inn already in one of the Lantern Rite quests. Yeah, this looks familiar.
Swollen Fury.
Okay, we're gonna go down here.
Dad! Dad, can you hear me?
Okay. Where is the dad? Where is the dad?
There's somebody over there! Oh no, it's... Hey, you! Stop! Don't go any further! Watch where you're going!
Oh! Wait, HU TAO? Wait, I didn't know HU TAO was in this quest.
Oh, dear customer, Wangsheng Funeral Parlor does appreciate your patronage, but you needn't hasten the inevitable. Are you all right?
Wait.
Huh?
Dad!
It has actually been already a long time since we last saw HU TAO.
Hey, HU TAO! My, who do we have here? It's the Traveler in Paimon, and... my worst nightmare.
Worst nightmare.
I see she still hasn't warmed to you.
Thank you, Director Who, for saving this man.
Dad, are you okay? Do you recognize me? It's me, IU.
Are you? Who am I?
Oh no.
Your name is JIALIANG, and you live just west of Qingce Village. You were supposed to come to Liyue Harbor to see the doctor. Remember? Does that jog your memory?
Oh, my name is JIALIANG. Liyue Harbor. See the doctor? Yes, I'm JIALIANG, and I need to see the doctor. Wait. Why do I need to see the doctor?
Uh-oh. He seems in really bad shape. We need to get him back to Bubu Pharmacy right away! Sorry, HU TAO, gotta dash! Dinner's on us next time!
Hold on a second. You're not seriously thinking of taking him to Bubu Pharmacy in this state, are you?
Huh? Why not? What's the problem?
Come on, Baizhu. Don't tell me you haven't noticed it. Didn't your master teach you how to spot the signs? Why do I get the sense that you spotted them right away, but you're planning to use it for your own ends?
Oh,
Use what? What are you talking about? Paimon's lost.
There are traces of god remains in
Oh my God.
JIALIANG's system.
God remains.
Oh, yes, but more importantly, they're on the verge of an outburst. If that happens, the consequences will be unthinkable.
Paimon, sorry, what?
God remains?
I did not expect this.
There's no need to worry, Director Hu. I have methods of keeping them at bay. It is the sworn duty of all who practice medicine to cure illnesses and save lives. What reason would I have to neglect a patient in need who is right there in front of me? Besides, it was my late master's dying wish to be able to save this patient in particular. Perhaps out of respect for him, you could give me a day's grace so that I have time to treat him?
I wonder who his late master is.
Now you're bringing my great uncle
Oh!
into this? Baizhu, just what are you planning this time?
Such a small world.
Merely to cure this man, nothing more. But of course, if you have any doubt as to my intentions, you are more than welcome to accompany me to Bubu Pharmacy and monitor my activities.
Oh, really? I thought I was persona non grata at Bubu Pharmacy. You're being unusually generous today.
I think I kind of want to take a look at the HU TAO character profile again because I believe there's something about HU TAO and Baizhu's conflict right there. So yeah, I need a refresher on that. So we're gonna read that in a bit. You won't let things get out of hand.
Okay, deal. We're not gonna solve anything by keeping JIALIANG here. I'm happy to do it your way, but only for my great uncle's sake and the travelers, of course.
You must be pleased you brought the traveler along. Otherwise, this would have been a much more vexing ordeal.
Well, time is of the essence. Let's get ourselves back to Bubu Pharmacy at once.
The group returns to the back room at Bubu Pharmacy. Sorry for the background noise. Oh wait, the music
Blockages within
changed.
The cardiovascular system, reduced blood flow and energy circulation.
Wait, have we been here before? It looks like a Serenity Pot room to me.
I see. I suppose this must have caused the cognitive abnormalities.
Dr. Baizhu, how bad is it? Can you cure him?
Don't you worry. Baizhu's a really great doctor. He's sure to find a way. Isn't that right, Baizhu?
Ayu, do you know when your father first started displaying these symptoms?
I'm not sure. He's been like this for as long as I can remember. But it wasn't as bad as this when I was still little.
So it's been a long time indeed.
Is it a grim prognosis?
No. I have a treatment plan in mind. We can start tonight. Come and see me again tomorrow morning. I promise that by then, Ayu will find his father healthy and lucid again.
Thank you, Dr. Baizhu. Thank you so much.
Also, I think this is the first time that I've heard this background music.
If you still have any misgivings, Director Hu, please feel free to hang around for as long as you wish.
HU TAO looks so disappointed.
However, it would be best if you step outside this room. A doctor must be able to focus when treating a patient. Any distractions heighten the risk of complications.
Yes, of course, absolutely. I'll just go and look at the flowers or something. But I will be back in an instant at the first sign that something's amiss.
We'll be heading out now too.
See you tomorrow, Baizhu and CHANGSHENG.
Bye for now, everyone.
Are you ready, Baizhu?
Ready as I'll ever be. I'm used to it by now. Come on, let's get started.
Too bad we can't see the room anymore. I think this is the first time that we've been transported into a room that
All's well that ends
isn't
well,
in
huh?
the overworld or something.
You know, Paimon's kind of curious after hearing Baizhu mention those people from his past. What do you think they were like?
You mean BAIZHU'S master?
Yeah, you must be curious too, right? Let's go see what we can find out while Baizhu's busy treating Ayu's dad.
Okay, before we ask for intel, let me go look at HU TAO lore real quick. Oh my god, wait. Okay, here we go. Where is my HU TAO? Where is my HU TAO? Okay, there we go. Profile. Okay, do we have a voiceover about Baizhu here? Okay, this one. Let's see. I haven't seen this actually.
Baizhu? Ugh, that guy.
That's all you can say. Thank you, HU TAO. Okay. Wait, not voiceovers. You're gonna take a look at the story. Character story 1. I'm just gonna skim because I'm trying to see. Okay, not this. Okay, not this one. Character story 3. Oh, this is the lions. that one's really good. Okay, I think this one. This one. Okay. I'm gonna go read this one for you all. This is character story 4 from HU TAO's character profile. Okay, let's go. Not long after her initial meeting with the little zombie, HU TAO decided that as her self-proclaimed true friend, she should grant QIQI eternal peace. HU TAO would go on to kidnap QIQI several times following much deliberation in every instance, including calculating the most auspicious time for the ceremony, aiming to follow the standard procedure of cremation, after which she would place QIQI in a tomb on the outskirts of the city. In fact, she would have succeeded already if not for Baizhu's timely interventions. Each time the Bubu Pharmacy's owner managed to catch up with them, HU TAO had already had QIQI packed in a bag with only her head sticking out, staring in utter confusion as HU TAO was vigorously digging a hole for the fire. Afterwards, HU TAO sent QIQI an apology letter in which she expressed deep regret that she had not been able to lay QIQI to rest fast enough. In HU TAO's eyes, QIQI passed away a long time ago, but has been trapped in this world and cannot free herself of her eternal suffering. Baizhu, for his part, had grown ever more relentless in his pursuit of eternal life after meeting QIQI. His act of defiance against the cycle of life and death was unacceptable to HU TAO, so this is where she is coming from. I see. She wanted to bury QIQI not only out of consideration for her friend but also to restore the natural order. But QIQI could not disagree more, as she was afraid of death and disliked HU TAO for her attempts. Because the struggle between HU TAO and her had been going on for so long, QIQI has experienced a breakthrough. She has started to remember places where she might hide to avoid being captured by HU TAO. Perhaps it was due to those desperate survival efforts that HU TAO decided to do something unusual and dig deeper into QIQI's past. The story of her accident and the mystery of the Adepti. That series of coincidences filled HU TAO's heart with hesitation. Since QIQI's will to live is so strong, she should not be forced to move on. Given the circumstances, she could only be treated as a rare exception that eludes the natural laws. Ever since, HU TAO's attitude towards QIQI has changed drastically to the point that she would pamper her. Unfortunately, the damage has been done and HU TAO has become QIQI's bugbear. The little zombie may need several years more to let go of her grievances. That is so valid though. So yeah, basically, okay, we now know that HU TAO and Baizhu have different perspectives when it comes to the cycle of life and death. Yeah. No wonder the beef is kinda strong there. Okay, actually, I think now that we're here, let me go read some QIQI lore. I wanna give myself a refresher on some things too. So wait, let's see if there's a Baizhu voice over here.
I can never remember Dr. Baiju's face, but I don't mind.
Oh. Okay, how about story? Hmm. Okay, this one. Let me read this for you since this is Chi-Chi's POV on the whole Hu Tao situation. This is character story 1. Usually, zombies are cold and stiff, which forces them to locomote by hopping about. As such, Chi-Chi keeps up a calisthenics regimen to maintain a human-like form. No wonder she's stretching all the time. The 77th generation director of the Wangshan funeral parlor, Hu Tao, doesn't see the point of all this. Whenever she meets Chi-Chi, she will say, "It would be easier if you just let me bury you." Chi-Chi, of course, has no wish to be buried and so conducts her exercises at night when no one's about. Chi-Chi's memory falls far behind those of non-undead disposition. If she does not continue to reinforce her impressions of someone, she will completely forget them in 3 days tops. But who knows, this might be a good thing. For a person with painful memories, forgetting may in fact be a form of release. The person Chi-Chi must remember most, not only does this person have a very punchable face, but she also shows up every single day. As such, Chi-Chi isn't too concerned about her poor memory. Yeah, I see. That kind of reminds me of all the Genshin videos wherein Hu Tao is chasing Chi-Chi around. Okay, let me see if there's some Baizhu stuff here. Wait. Not this one. Okay, also not this one. Okay, this one. Let me read this. Character Story 5. After hundreds of years, Chi-Chi was discovered by humans, still trapped in the amber, and was brought to Wangshan Funeral Parlor for burial. The mountain roads were treacherous, however, and the amber was bumped about. Coupled with the passing of many years, the seal on Chi-Chi was all but spent. She awakened in the middle of the night, broke the amber in secret, and fled. Following the herb-picking habits of her previous life, Chi-Chi headed right for the hills. By chance, she met Baizhu, the boss of Bubu Pharmacy, on the way, and he took her in. Now, Baizhu was a doctor of great skill, but he was hardly a man of high caliber or great courage. Even so, he took her in, never mind that her memory was so poor that she could not even sort herbs out. It does seem that his acceptance of Chi-Chi has something to do with his own personal pursuits. Chi-Chi is stiff but not slow and has long realized this. However, she does not take it to heart. Perhaps she has seen too much or been alone for too long, but what remains true is that she treasures his concern, even if there is some other motive behind it. Actually, I have a huge urge to bring out the Baizhu Genshin wiki page right now, but maybe let's see if I can do that after the story quest. Because unfortunately, I do not have Baizhu in my account. Yeah, maybe someday. Okay, alright. So, I really hope we learned something about what Baizhu is exactly studying, so let's continue on with the quest. Okay, hi Hu Tao!
While I'm idling time on admiring the scenery, the spectacled snake-bedecked docs doing surgery. Hello, you busy bees, and what do you have to discuss with the funeral director today?
So...
Actually, don't tell me. Let me guess. From the looks on your faces, you've got some questions for me.
Guilty as charged. So, we were just a little curious about Baizhu's master. What was he like? Oh, and also, how come you and Baizhu could tell so quickly that JIALIANG had god remains in his system?
Huh? I thought I told you once before. Wangshan Funeral Parlor was first founded to fight back against the vengeful wrath of gods defeated in war.
I think she also mentioned this way back in her story quest. Oh, that vaguely rings a bell, but the details are hazy.
Well, it is a dusty old tale by this point. Long story short, in the ancient world, dead gods were acting up, so our ancestors started purifying the air and burning the bodies of the deceased to guard the border between life and death. These days, we don't deal with the wrath of the gods anymore, but all the relevant know-how is still passed down to each generation, so we can identify gods' remains when we see them.
Okay, Paimon gets it now. Wait, so how did Baizhu learn to spot them?
Also, SB Party. Hi, Celeste. Hope you've been well. Hello, it's been a while. Welcome to the stream. I'm doing the Baizhu Story Quest right now.
Almost certainly from his master, who was also my great-uncle.
Oh.
Baizhu's master was my grandpa's younger brother.
Grandpa's younger
former
brother.
deputy director of Wangsheng Funeral Parlor.
I think at this point I kind of want to make a this isn't a family tree per se, but some sort of because I didn't know. I didn't know HU TAO and Baizhu's world is so small. Okay, so HU TAO's grandfather. Okay, grandfather, and then okay, so her grandfather has a younger brother who is Baizhu's master. Oh my god. Okay.
Wow, fancy that! Huh. So, if he was from Wangsheng Funeral Parlor, how did he end up as Baizhu's master?
Exactly.
According to my grandpa, he and my great-uncle once went traveling together when they were young. They ended up at Chenyu Vale, where they met a pharmacist.
Wait, this kind of rings a bell to me.
That pharmacist must have cast some sort of spell on my great-uncle, because after that encounter, he suddenly announced he wanted to leave the family business and go practice medicine instead. My grandpa had a huge argument with him, but he couldn't convince him to stay. So my grandpa inherited the funeral parlor, while my great-uncle stayed in Chenyu Vale to practice medicine. They never spoke to each other again.
Oh my god.
Funeral director to doctor is a pretty big career change. Kinda hard to imagine. But why did it drive a wedge between them for the rest of their lives? That seems a bit extreme.
If he had just become a regular doctor, there would have been no issue.
Okay.
After all, the Wangsheng Funeral Parlor wasn't unlike a regular doctor's clinic in the early days. But according to my grandpa, the pharmacist they met had a very ominous aura about him.
Ominous aura.
And on top of that, the kind of medicine practiced in the Chenyu Vale tradition goes against the natural order of things.
In what way?
Don't know. My grandpa didn't know the specifics. And you've seen how wary Baizhu is around me. He'd never tell me anything. But even that says to me that he definitely has something to hide. One thing I do know about Baizhu is that he's obsessed with the idea of immortality.
Wait a minute.
Whether it has anything to do with what he's hiding is hard to say.
Actually, I just realized this reminds me of this Xianzhou Luofu main story all over again from Star Rail. Wait a minute. Immortality.
Anyway, so I will be sticking around here for now to keep a close eye on the situation. Maybe tomorrow I'll finally figure out what he's up to.
After all that, it seems like we have more questions than answers.
And the beef goes a lot deeper than I
Never
thought.
mind. We'll just have to ask Baizhu himself about all of this tomorrow.
Oh, while you're here, have either of you seen QIQI around? It's not every day I get to infiltrate Baizhu's lair, but alas, I didn't catch a single glimpse of her anywhere. Aha! What if Baizhu knew I'd be on the lookout for her and hid her away in advance?
I miss the HU TAO chasing QIQI memes so much. Wait, let me go take a picture real quick. Wait. At first, I wasn't really sure what to expect for the Baizhu Story Quest, but it just hit me now. It hit me just now that this reminds me of like what I've said earlier, the Xianzhou Luofu main story all over again. Like I swear, I really swear.
I will bring
I think Hoyoverse games in general have a lot of overlaps when it comes to their story themes. Oh my god. I wanna connect the Xianzhou Luofu story to this story quest for some reason, but we'll see, we'll see. Oh, wait. I need another picture. Okay, there we go. Okay, what else? Alright, I think it should be good. Here we go. Okay.
Let's go somewhere.
Okay, wait
cooler.
till the next morning. I'm gonna go speed up the time real quick. So 8. Okay, 8. I forgot how satisfying it was to hear the clock sounds here. Okay.
It's a
Talk to
new
Baizhu.
day! Let's go back to Bubu Pharmacy and check out how JIALIANG is doing.
Okay, gonna teleport. Oh, wait. No need to teleport. I'm just gonna climb the stairs. Okay. I'm just gonna run right there. Whee!
Dad!
Oh, are you?
Dad, you remember me!
Yes, I remember now. Oh, I'm so sorry. You must have been worried sick. Has your mom shown up yet? She's been gone for a while, hasn't she?
Don't worry, Dad. I got the Adventurers Guild to help us look for her. And Dr. Baizhu's gonna help too. Right now, all you need to do is concentrate on getting better.
Great. That's wonderful. I can't thank you enough, Dr. Baizhu.
My pleasure, really. It's the least I can do to honor my late master's dying wish.
I see.
If anything, I should be apologizing to you for not making the time to visit in all these years.
Not at all, Dr. Baizhu. It's only because JIANGLI... What was her reason again?
You're still in the early stages of recovery, so you'll need to take it easy for a while. Take it slowly and try not to overexert yourself.
I suggest you stay at Bubu Pharmacy and rest for at least the next few days.
Director Hu, do you have any further reservations about JIALIANG's condition?
It seems like the evil presence is gone after all. You really did manage to suppress it, huh? But how did you accomplish this in a single night?
That would be a trade secret, I'm afraid.
The abundance.
If that gives you any cause
Just
for
kidding.
concern, you may continue to monitor JIALIANG for as long as you wish. Though I regret to say that Bubu Pharmacy cannot offer to reimburse Wangsheng Funeral Parlor for any revenue lost in the meantime.
The revenue loss.
Oh, come on, Baizhu. I'm not that unreasonable.
Baizhu looks a little worse for wear. Something's wrong.
I've been stuck indoors for too long. Baizhu, take me outside for some air, or I'm going to suffocate.
Yes, of course.
Wait a
Everyone,
minute.
Please excuse CHANGSHENG and myself for a moment.
I found it kind of weird that by the time Baizhu had his headache, CHANGSHENG is also suffocating. Are they connected or something, I wonder?
Suffering now, are we? Did you seriously expect to cover it up just by putting on a brave face and ignoring it? If it weren't for my quick thinking,
Oh,
we'd
okay.
have all seen the sorry state you're in by now.
It's just an alibi.
But in any case, why must you keep this a secret from everybody? You should at least share your secret with one person you trust.
Who's there?
It's me.
Why did you follow us here?
I thought you were looking a little unwell.
Oh, it's nothing. I just needed to get some air.
What did I just say about putting on a brave face? Traveler, Paimon, the truth is, Baizhu did not cure JIALIANG's illness. Instead, he transferred some of his own life force
Wait, what?
to his patient to temporarily subdue the poison in his system.
Transferred some of his own life force to his patient to temporarily subdue the poison in his system. That sounds dangerous.
Baizhu, can you please explain all of this?
My predecessors in medicine forged a contract with CHANGSHENG.
Oh.
Every successor to this contract is able to use CHANGSHENG's secret art to treat patients. I believe the irregularities with JIALIANG's heart meridian were likely caused by a poison concocted using god remains as a key ingredient. The poison has not been purged from JIALIANG's system. Rather, I infused him with some of my own life force, using CHANGSHENG as the delivery medium. This will suppress the poison's effects for a limited time.
CHANGSHENG? You can do that? Huh. Paimon always thought you were just Baizhu's strange choice of a necklace. Hey, I'll have you know that I commanded the respect of even the Adepti.
Oh,
back in
okay.
Chenyu Vale.
Chenyu.
If anything, he is my mannequin. I was treating patients with Baizhu's master's master
Master's
long
master.
before he ever set eyes on his first medical text.
Actually, wait. Do you already have Chenyu Vale in the overworld? Because I keep hearing that place, but I don't think it's in the map right now.
Oh, guess you shouldn't judge a snake by its skin.
Unless it's in an artifact set.
Please, that's enough.
You're looking even worse now than before.
Wait a sec. HU TAO was saying that the branch of medicine you studied uses some pretty dubious methods. So, when you transfer your life force, does that mean you're actually damaging your own body?
Hardly. CHANGSHENG helps to keep my chi in balance, so there is no great harm done.
Still, Baizhu's life force is not unlimited. We must find a way to neutralize the poison in JIALIANG's body, and soon. Traveler, Paimon, would you lend this dummy a hand? He needs someone checking up on him, or he'll exhaust himself trying to accomplish everything on his own.
Go on, Baizhu, let us help you.
Baizhu, don't you think you should seize this opportunity? You cannot expect to hide this from everyone for your entire life. Time will see that all secrets surface eventually.
Entire life. Thank you, Traveler and Paimon.
Huh. Paimon doesn't think we've seen this side of you. But there's no need to thank us. You've helped us out before.
So what are the next steps?
The poison in JIALIANG's system must have accumulated over a prolonged period. I think I should pay a visit to their family home and look for clues as to how he might have been exposed to it.
Do you know where his house is?
Yes, I asked XIAO this morning before you arrived. He told me that his family lives in a secluded spot to the west of Qingce Village. Let's head there together once I've asked Gui and QIQI to look after the pharmacy. As well as investigating JIALIANG's exposure to the poison, we should also keep an eye out for XIAO's missing mother, my
Fellow
fellow disciple,
disciple.
JIANGLI.
Once again, this is such a small world. I need to track them down or something. I mean, keep track of their names and such. Because wow. I didn't expect that Baizhu's history will be this intricate. Okay, by the way, I'm gonna take a look at some artifacts for a bit because I think there's some stuff about Chenyu Vale. Wait, not this one. Okay. I think it was one of the more recent artifact sets. Is it this one? Wait. Let me go see. Oh wait, this is Chaoying Village. Never mind. Okay, there is some Chenyu Vale stuff here. Wait. Let me go skim. This is the one. Okay. What else? Okay. I think this would be a good place to start. Okay. This is from the what is this called again? Um Echoes of an Offering artifact set. So we're gonna start with the circuit first. Alright, flowing rings. Chenyu Vale is home to many mountains, streams, and stories. Among these, the most famous is a long time ago, there was a priceless gem that fell into the hands of a demon and was thrown into the waters where it sunk. The wide river of a legend will oft produce many tributaries. One of these goes like this. This gem was once jade from a sacred mountain, carved into its current shape only by the hand of Rex Lapis himself. And the stone that had been lost to the waters may have been a lesser jade or perhaps just a simple cup. Some even say that the jade in the tale is in fact an analogy for a beautiful person. The legends even have it that people had once seen this unnumbered koi with tails like gems in the sunlight, having left the shackles of the lakes and rivers to which aquatic creatures are bound. Flying freely with the wind in the sky, so too did the pair of jade earrings belonging to a certain person change form. I actually wonder when we're gonna see this area. Okay, let me see. There's a lot of legends here actually. Wait. Uh-huh. Also according to this paragraph right here for the feather, there are many legends concerning the tea trees of Chenyu Vale. One of them goes like this. No matter the water, soil, or sunlight, this sort of tree only grows lushly in Chenyu Vale. This is because it remembers the promise that old friends made in the ancient past beside the tea sapling. Ah. I think this is another Adepti area that we haven't seen. Okay, I'm gonna read the other paragraphs here for more context. A very long time ago, there was no ford across the river, only a misty hillside. The owner of this mountain had yet to decide what to plant here when someone preempted them. Once this tree gets a bit larger, I'll cut its leaves down and make some tea for all of you. When that time comes, we'll get Cloud Retainer and Mountain Shaper to come over. Seriously? You plant trees any way you like on my turf and you have the nerve to spout such things? But though the young lady who was master of this mountain complained, she too could imagine the tea's fragrance. Later, someone would quietly tie this jade pendant to the thin branches of the small tree. And more time had passed. The mountain's master returned, but in a changed aspect, and sans the finger that might untie the pendant. This was a long time ago now. Many years later, the branches of this tree would be grafted to the other side of the river by the mortals who dwelled in the mountains. The fragrance of tea would also travel from this place, Chenyu Vale, to Liyue Harbor, from there to many more places still. And then this is what I read a while ago. There are many legends concerning the tea trees of Chenyu Vale. One of them goes like this: no matter the water, soil, or sunlight, this sort of tree only grows lushly in Chenyu Vale. This is because it remembers the promise that old friends made in the ancient past beside the tea sapling. Once again, we have a very sus tree once again. And as we know throughout our throughout our playthrough of Genshin, we have come across so many important trees in game. Like I think there's at least one at least one in mysterious tree in every in every region. So yeah, if we enumerate them all, of course we have that Windrise tree, and as well as the Dragon Spine tree in Mondstadt. And then, of course, in Liyue, we have this tea tree right here that we haven't seen yet, and yeah, even the tree above Asda's domain is also a very sus tree. And then, when it comes to Inazuma, of course, we have the sacred Sakura, and then for Sumeru, of course. Yeah, there are lots of trees in Sumeru, and Yeah, that includes the Chi wherein the Sumeru Academia is placed, and also Irminsul in general. It's actually the Irminsul Chi is it actually involves the entirety of Teyvat. However, among all the nations that we've been to so far, Sumeru is the one that's closely supervising it, as far as we've seen. So yeah, another sus tree. In conclusion, take note of the trees that you see around you. Let's go. Also, I've been wondering for a long time now when they're gonna reveal Chenyu Vale. Because as you can see from the map, I think there's still a lot of I wonder if there's still a lot of places that haven't been revealed yet. Like for example, this area between Storm Terror's lair and Qingce. Like what is that? What is that? Even this area, this entire west area. What is going on here? I want to know where Chenyu Vale is. And wait. I just remembered just now. Do you remember that one NPC? Who was it again? Liben? Yeah, that that NPC that sells stuff in exchange for, yeah, the one who gives slime boxes in exchange for materials. I think there was one time wherein he mentioned that there's this one place in Liyue that is considered as a shortcut to Fontaine. So I hope you see that at some point. Also, speaking of Fontaine, where are they gonna place Fontaine? So, oh God, I can't believe this. We're almost so close to Fontaine. Like, I
1, 2.
so many off tangents right there, but we love to see it. Okay, anyways, let's go back to Qingce Village. Okay, we're gonna go here. I was supposed to take out Chi from this team, but I think for on second thought I won't take her out. I'm gonna do it for the immersion. Yeah, actually I haven't used her for a long time now. Wait. What weapon do I have on her? Oh yeah. Okay, she's built. She's built. Let's go.
Faster? Huh. Huh?
We're so close to the red borderline. Wait. I wonder... I wonder if we can see Fontaine from this angle at some point.
Whoa! There's a house all the way out here? Huh. It's so well hidden, Paimon's never noticed it before.
Nor have I. And I've hosted clinics at Qingce Village many times in the past. If you ask me, JIALIANG was trying to remain unnoticed.
Oh, that reminds Paimon. We meant to ask earlier, but it slipped our minds in the rush to get here. Could you tell us more about JIALIANG? You said she was your fellow disciple, right?
She was indeed. We studied medicine together under the same master near Chenyu Vale. She is several years older than I and also began her travels far earlier than me. As a result, the time I spent studying alongside her was rather short.
Supposedly, she met an herb gatherer sometime during her travels and decided to settle down with him. That must have been JIALIANG. Wait, CHANGSHENG, are you saying neither of you had actually met JIALIANG or Ayu before all of this?
JIALIANG did occasionally come back to Chenyu Vale to see our master, but for whatever reason, she hardly ever talked about her family. The last time she visited us, she and Master had some sort of quarrel. We never heard from her after that. It almost seemed as if she'd gone into hiding.
Quarrel? What happened? I don't know. I did not witness the argument myself.
Nor did Master ever explain it to me. All he would say is that should I ever encounter Jiangli or her family in the future, I should do everything in my power to help them.
Oh, so that's why you went to such extreme lengths to help Jialiang.
No. Even if my master had never said anything, it would still be my duty as a doctor to help him. My decision would have remained the same.
I wonder if they also have a Hippocratic oath or something.
Paimon never knew you were so selfless, Baizhu. Paimon always had you down as the sneaky, scheming type. Sorry.
So a few words from me is enough to dispel all your suspicions? You ought not be quite so quick to relax your guard, Paimon. Sometimes even the good guys have their own private agenda.
What do you mean, sir?
What the? Okay,
Suspicious
that's the
sounding
most
thing.
suspicious sounding thing you've ever said.
Let's leave the idle chatter there for now. Jiangli has lived in this house for many years. There must be something here that can shed a little light on this whole situation. Let's split up, but if anyone finds anything, we'll examine it together.
Okay. Look for clues in the area. Oh, he's walking beside us. Can he talk to you?
How time flies. Zhongli's had a son, and he's all grown up.
I wonder if Jiangli's changed at all, after all these years.
Also, another common theme in Liyue is that there are actually a lot of stories about God's remains and such. Yeah, even in let's say Xiao's lore, like the effect of karma and all that. Actually, now that I think about it, I think I need to give myself a refresher on Liyue lore in general, because it's been such a long time ago already. Especially even HU TAO's lore, because I actually I couldn't actually remember the stuff that was discussed that was discussed back then in her story quest, because she did say something about ley lines and stuff, also including the history behind Wangshan funeral parlor. Okay. Alright. Anyways, let's go investigate. Observe wooden pillar. Several faint marks can be seen on the pillar. Maybe it was used to record Ayu's height as he grew up. There's some faded writing near the bottom mark. The more quickly Ayu grows up, the sooner can leave. Judging by the number of marks on the pillar, the family has led a secluded existence here for many, many years. Okay, let's take a look around again. Okay, observe stack of wood. The firewood is neatly stacked, and the logs were cut with great power and precision. Whoever chopped the firewood must have been physically fit. Some logs at the bottom of the pile have begun to rot. It must have been a while since any new wood was added to the pile. And then we have, oh, notebook. Diary with childish handwriting. Let's go. Some roof tiles broke. Mom and I tried to get up and take a look, but we didn't manage. Luckily, Dad was able to fix them in no time. The dinner table was a bit wobbly today when we sat down to eat. Dad tried to fix it, but ended up breaking one of the legs by accident. Dad's forgetting things again. I'll have to write it all down for now and read it back to him when he's feeling a bit better. This kinda reminds me of how QIQI writes in her notebook to remember stuff.
Traveler, Paimon, come quick! What is that?
Oh shoot! Purple color again.
CHANGSHENG and I found a hidden compartment. This is what was hidden inside.
God remains?
You sense it too? You're right. This is a poison concocted using god remains. Is it breathing? Paimon's not seeing things, is she?
No, your eyes do not deceive you. I do believe the poison in this bottle is alive.
Alive?
Some toxins act a lot like living organisms. I read about this once in the Origins and Symptoms of Diseases. This ancient class of poisons consists of mother and minor loads, capable of sustaining a connection over vast distances.
Mother and minor loads capable of sustaining a connection over vast distances. Ooh.
If it's a concoction of this kind we're dealing with, then both the poison in JIALIANG's system and this one here are likely minor loads. Offshoots, essentially.
Offshoots? So, the main body is somewhere else?
Correct. Whoever is administering the poison can manipulate the source to indirectly control the poisoned individual's behavior and even cognition. Similarly, the poisoned individual will hear, to a varying extent, the call of the source.
The call of the... Wait. So, back when JIALIANG ran off, maybe that explains where he was heading!
He was going back towards Qingce Village.
Only one thing could have been drawing him there. The source of the god remains used as the poison's key ingredient, the mother lode.
This is getting crazier and crazier. What kind of person would do all this just to poison JIALIANG? Hey, why has everyone gone quiet all of a sudden? Since this poison was carefully hidden away in a secret compartment, the one who concocted it is likely a resident of the house. You mean JIALIANG? Why would he poison himself? Think a little harder, Paimon. Someone else who lives here, and who might have expertise in crafting drugs. Huh? So you're saying... it was JIANGLI? Wait, but that doesn't make any sense either! Why would she poison her own husband?
This is getting even more suspicious.
I agree. It makes little sense. JIANGLI does not strike me as the kind of person who would do such a thing.
Look at the facts, though. How many people in the entirety of Liyue have the ability to concoct a poison from god remains?
It's too early to draw any conclusions. We should question JIALIANG about it once he has made more progress in his recovery.
Do you know of a method to neutralize the poison?
Yes. According to the Origins and Symptoms of Diseases, the minor loads will disappear if the mother lode is purged. So if we can find and destroy the source of these god remains, the poison will leave JIALIANG's system without the need for any further treatment. Do you know anything about god remains in Qingce Village?
Nothing concrete.
Even the history books have no record of this. The only ones who'll know anything are those old fogies who have been hanging around here since the beginning of time.
Old fogies. You mean the Adepti?
Didn't you used to be on good terms with the Adepti, though? You sure they didn't tell you anything about this? Well,
Uh-oh.
CHANGSHENG's memories and powers are not what they were in her prime. These days, she has to enter a contract with a mortal and share their life force just to sustain her own life. I fear that such ancient events are long gone from her memory by now.
Whoa, what? Enter a contract? Share life force? Sounds like some pretty spooky sorcery if you ask Paimon. Hey, plenty of people would jump at the chance to join forces with a powerful
So they are
being like
connected.
me. With my assistance in rebalancing your chi, not only can you extend your lifespan, but you will also be stronger, healthier, and able to eat whatever you like with no risk of upsetting your stomach. Stronger and healthier? Wow, that's amazing! Baizhu, maybe when you retire, you can let Paimon sign a contract with CHANGSHENG for a few days.
I don't know how that's gonna turn out, Paimon.
Unfortunately, CHANGSHENG's contract has strict requirements regarding the host's temperament. None of her hosts have ever been exempted from these rules. I fear that I will be unable to accommodate your wishes, Paimon.
What are the rules, though?
Temperament? What are you trying to say? Did you just subtly insult Paimon to her face?
Strange, Baizhu has a weak constitution. And didn't his master pass away at an early age?
Ugh, Paimon's mad! You're getting ugly nicknames, both of you! Baizhu, you're mannequin man! CHANGSHENG, you're just a pain in the neck! This is exactly why your natural temperament makes you woefully unsuited to being my host.
All right, everybody, calm down. Back to the matter at hand. Is there any way at all for us to seek counsel from the Adepti about this?
With how antisocial they are, if it were up to them, they'd go their whole lives without showing their faces to the common folk.
Actually, I do have someone that I can call.
What?
Wait, this is Xiao.
Seems you're as well connected as they say, traveler. We are truly fortunate to have you on our side.
Oh, if you're talking about who Paimon thinks you're talking about, you better do the honors.
Xiao! Oh!
You called?
Gets Paimon every time. Are all Adepti in the habit of materializing out of thin air like this?
Well, this is unexpected.
Huh? It's you.
Baizhu of Bubu Pharmacy. I do believe I've had the pleasure before. The lantern rite when we met briefly. I
Oh.
was unaware of your true identity. I must apologize for the discourtesy.
Huh? You two already know each other?
Baizhu has a lot more connections than I thought.
Our paths have crossed once before. I sense the presence of evil spirits. Is this why you called me?
Let me explain. I wanted to ask you about dead gods. You tell Xiao everything that has happened. Oh, let's go. We're gonna get something.
So someone has been concocting demonic poison. Too often, fervent desires drive mortals to abandon all regard for their own safety. It is lamentable. I now know what you seek. It is true that a god's remains are buried beneath the foundations of Qingce Village.
Oh.
A vile monster known as the
Wait!
Chi once wrought havoc over this land, before it was subdued by Rex Lapis.
We did get the world quest about the Chi in Qingce Village. But that was a very old world quest that I don't know that I don't remember that much. But what I did remember was that I think we fought ruin guards or ruin hunters there for some reason. I'm not really sure. But yeah, there is a place like that.
The land was finally cleansed of poison when Rex Lapis used statues in his likeness to seal the serpent's remains. Qingce Village was founded some time after that.
Okay, the land was finally cleansed of poison when Rex Apis used statues in his likeness to seal the serpent's remains. Qingce Village was founded sometime after that.
The seal is still mostly intact. If the Cha is the source, then it must be some of its blood leaking from deep underground.
If the Chi is the source, then it must be some of its blood leaking from deep underground. This kind of reminds me of how Durin, the dragon from Mondstadt, Durin's blood, even though he died already, his blood contains some kind of life force that can revitalize some of the things in Dragonspine, like for example the white tree there, was it Frostborn tree? I forgot the name, but yeah, it did get revived. And there was also a limited time event back then in Dragonspine wherein Durin's blood also managed to revive a Whopper flower. Wait, no, not Whopper flower. Was it Whopper flower? Regispine. It revived a certain Regispine. So yeah, it's that intense.
However, its aura is faint and barely detectable. You will need to investigate further to identify the location of the leak.
Also, wait, there's another thing that I remembered. This also reminds me of the Tatarigami from Inazuma. It's kind of like, from what I remember, it's kind of like some sort of phenomenon. It also has purple smoke. Some sort of phenomenon wherein it's caused by the remains of Orobashi, I believe. I forgot. I need to read up on that again.
I do not like to intervene against mortals unless absolutely
So
necessary.
basically, the effect of God's remains, even in other regions in Teyvat, they're quite intense.
But when demonic forces are involved, things can spiral out of control. If that happens, be sure to call my name again.
I will.
Nothing. I do not wish to sway decisions that are mortals to make, but immortality may not be the blessing that you imagine it to be.
Oh.
I shall treasure your words of instruction, Master Adeptus.
Farewell.
And he goes away.
What a strange Adeptus. Rather different from the way I remember them.
That's Xiao for ya! And thanks to him, we finally got some concrete info to go off of.
If the god remains are leaking from underground, JIALIANG'Li must be paying a visit to a subterranean cave on her herb-gathering trips. If we can find the cave...
Oh,
Master,
no.
Master, there's a problem.
Gui? Did you run all the way from Bubu Pharmacy?
What happened? Don't panic. Just catch your breath and tell me everything.
It's Jialiang.
Oh, shoot.
He was fine one minute, and then he suddenly took a turn for the worse.
Already? How? Based on past experience, he should have been fine for the next 3 days at least.
It seems that my worst fears have been confirmed. Everyone, back to Bubu Pharmacy now!
Can you still see the bottle? Okay, the bottle isn't here anymore. I was supposed to take a picture of it. I swear, a lot of the purple things in-game, excluding Electro, that is, a lot of the purple things that are not Electro tend to be so sus in general. Okay, we're gonna return to Bubu Pharmacy. Okay, wait. Let me make this faster. I'm gonna bring out Scaramouche for a bit. Okay.
What do you want?
There we go. Alright.
The wind rises.
Dad, what's wrong? Dad?
Don't be scared. Dr. Baizhu will be back soon.
How is he doing?
Dr. Baizhu, you're back! My dad was doing fine earlier, but then he suddenly started coughing up blood.
Oh
Now
no.
he can't even get a full word out anymore.
When Gui left, he was still conscious. But now...
Gui, please take Jialiang to the back room and prepare for treatment.
Yes, of course.
Don't worry, Ayu. I will cure your father.
Baizhu's not gonna use CHANGSHENG's secret art again, is he?
It's gonna drain him out.
Is there really no other way to save Jialiang?
Oh, please don't worry. Dr. Baizhu will find a way.
But...
Okay, we're gonna wait till the next morning. So let me go get the clock right here. And then... Okay, this one. This is even more mysterious than I thought. Okay, we can now close this. Okay, here we go.
How are you feeling, Dad? Are you still hurting anywhere? You're not gonna suddenly collapse again, are you?
Much better, IU. I'm feeling much better. In fact, I can't explain it, but somehow I feel even better than usual. Wait, where's Dr. Baizhu? I
Wait.
still haven't had a chance to thank him. Seems he moved me here before I came to.
Master said he needed to take a quick rest and
Oh,
asked me
no.
to bring you out of the treatment room. He hasn't emerged yet, so he must still be resting.
He drained his life force again.
Oh, really? Well, he must be tired from treating me for 2 nights in a row. I don't know how I can begin to repay him for saving my life. I'll have to discuss it properly with JIALIANG once we find her. Speaking of which, has there been any word of her whereabouts yet?
No, the Adventurers Guild hasn't gotten back to me yet. I'll go check with them again in a bit.
I'll come with...
Don't forget what Master said. You're still not out of the woods yet, JIALIANG. I strongly suggest that you stay and rest at Bubu Pharmacy for now. I can accompany IU to the Adventurers Guild.
I suppose you're right. I'll have to rely on you this time. Though, on the bright side, this means I can thank Dr. Baizhu in person once he's finished resting.
But I do wonder if there's a certain limit to draining one's life force.
Traveler, Baizhu hasn't shown his face ever since he went in to treat Jialiang again. Do you think he...
Let's go check up on him.
Huh? Hey, wait up!
I think we're gonna get transported back into the back room. Oh yeah, this one.
Huh?
You're finally awake? That was far too risky, even with me here to help you balance your chi.
There was no time. I had no other choice. In any case, it was not completely without benefit to myself. I managed to learn something. Jiangli's design is quite brilliant. She makes numerous innovations that I can learn from. Alas, if only there wasn't a catch.
So, how much longer do you think Baizhu's gonna nap for?
They've been outside waiting for you the whole time while you were asleep. Shall we at least go and show our faces?
All right.
Surely he hasn't. There's no way he could have just...
No worries, Paimon. He's very much alive.
Who's talking behind our backs again?
Also, I've been wanting to say this for a while now, but for some reason, CHANGSHENG's English VA reminds me of Bella's English VA. They kind of sound the same, but I'm not sure if they have the same VA. Are you both okay?
Of course. There's no need to be concerned. I merely had to transfer a rather large amount of life force on this occasion. But, with CHANGSHENG's help, I will recover in time.
Jialiang seemed fine yesterday. Why did he need more life-saving treatment again so soon?
I made an error in my initial diagnosis. JIALIANG is in fact suffering from more than one ailment. And as a result, his life force depleted at a greater rate than I had anticipated.
What? You mean, even if you got all the poison out of him, he'd still be sick?
Yes. But more pertinently, the poison in JIALIANG's system is there precisely because it is being used to manage his underlying medical condition.
Oh.
JIALIANG has a rare congenital heart condition, and ongoing treatment is essential to maintaining healthy functioning of his heart meridian. Left untreated, it puts the patient at risk of coughing up blood and fainting, and in the longer term, causes irreversible damage to the internal organs.
I see.
Though it was created from god remains, this formula is not a poison in JIALIANG's case. Rather, it's his medication.
But why use God's remains as a medication though?
Had he not taken it all these years, he likely would have died a long time ago.
So that's why Zhangli did it.
Still, using poison to treat a disease is hardly a viable long-term solution. As time passed, and the poison accumulated in his system, it began to impact his cognition. Moreover, the longer he relied upon this medicine, the more resistant his body became to it. Jiangli had to concoct ever greater quantities to ensure its continued efficacy, or he could have still perished at any moment.
That explains why Ayu said his dad has been getting worse, and why his mom went off to gather herbs.
God remains are extremely dangerous to be around.
Very true.
Because humans have no natural defense against them. I shudder to think how many times Jiangli has exposed herself to them. I fear that the situation is just as that Adeptus described. In an effort to save JIALIANG's life, Jiangli has abandoned all regard for her own safety.
Zhangli has abandoned all regard for her own sake.
I never suspected that even Zhongli would turn to the same path as so many others over the years. Perhaps this is the inevitable course of fate. To sacrifice one's own life to save others. To go beyond human means in order to do the impossible, whatever the cost may be.
I knew it. To sacrifice one's own life to save others, to go beyond human means in order to do the impossible, whatever the cost may be. Fate?
Well, I think that it's too early to say with any certainty what fate has in mind. In any case, I have stabilized JIALIANG's condition for now, so our immediate priority should be to get ourselves back to Qingce Village and find out where Jiangli is. Her regular exposure to god remains over such a long period will have been catastrophic for her health. And given that she's already been missing for several days, I am fearing the worst.
It's me, Traveler, Dr. Baizhu.
It's JIALIANG! Don't tell Paimon you overheard everything already.
Dr. Baizhu, please let me come with you. You've already done so much for my family. I can no longer just sit here and watch while you put yourself at risk for Jiangli's sake. After all, if it wasn't for me, she wouldn't have had to put herself in harm's way in the first place. I know I won't be of much help in battle, but at the very least, I can show you the way.
I wonder if we're gonna go to a domain.
I'm sure I'll be able to remember. I know there's a spot where she says goodbye to me every time she goes to gather her herbs. I'm sure I'll remember. I have to remember.
Be careful. If you get too agitated, your blood pressure and stress levels will rise, putting further pressure on your heart. For your own safety, you should stay here and rest.
No! We're out of time! We have to go now. Right now. Before I forget everything again.
No.
This trip will be extremely dangerous, and there is a very real possibility that you will not return from it. Are you sure you're prepared for that?
I never expected to live this long in the first place. My death is already long overdue, so why should I fear it? There's only one thing I fear now, and that's that I'll forget her again before we manage to find her.
And HU TAO is eavesdropping in the corner.
Very well. Then follow me.
Dr. Baizhu, are you heading out again?
Yes. This could be a long one. Could you please prepare a dose of the usual formula? Please add an extra measure of mistgrass pollen and 1 dose each of the ingredients from the 3rd and 5th compartments of my medicine cabinet. I hope it works.
Mistgrass pollen.
Dr. Baizhu, do you mean?
Hop to it now. And remember to be careful with the cauldron this time. You don't want to burn yourself again.
Okay.
Okay. I'm actually wondering why there's a mistgrass pollen in the ingredients right there. So, wait. Let me go see if I can if I can learn something from that. So, that would be a drop from the Sisin Mage, I believe. Okay. Where is that? Mistgrass pollen, where are... Okay, this one. This one's Mistgrass wick. Mistgrass... Okay, this one. Strange spores created by mistgrass in enclosed spaces. They're the citizen's favorite food. I see. There's nothing much about it, actually, but... Okay. This one is mistgrass. This is the 3-star version of the mistgrass pollen. Okay, it's well-preserved mistgrass. Some would take advantage of the citizen's love for the mistgrass to control them. Then on the other hand, this one, the 4-star version, mistgrass wick. It's a rare bundle of mistgrass that gives off a faint glow. Those who carry it invite both the seasons and misfortune. And it's purple. So, I wonder... I really wonder why. Okay, anyways. We're now gonna go here to this area. Maybe this is a domain? Okay. Let's fly right here.
Squall and Fury.
Okay, we're almost there, I think.
The wind rises.
Oh wait, no, it's not a domain, it's a house. it's the same house from earlier.
That strange feeling is back. It's just like the day I went missing. It's as if something inside me is trying to guide me somewhere.
The Motherlode's influence is growing stronger. But is it because we're getting closer to the source? Or because the leakage of Che blood is growing more severe? Jialiang, can you sense which direction the source is in?
I think it's... this way. Yes, I'm sure of it.
I wonder if they decided to live here in the secluded area so that Jiangli could conduct could make her medicine for Jialiang in peace, because you know it uses God's remains, and exposing other people to God's remains would be quite serious.
This must be the way. This place feels familiar. I think I've been here before.
Oh, it's a domain!
There's an inauspicious presence here. Even I can sense it.
I think I remember this place.
Jialiang, are you okay? Maybe you should rest here while we continue the search.
No, I have to keep going. Zhongli is still waiting for me. Then let's hurry.
Throughout this whole quest, I've noticed that XIAO and HU TAO have been keeping a close eye on Baizhu. This is how serious the issue is. Yeah, God's remains are no joke. Anyways, before we proceed to this domain right here, entanglement of past dreams, I'm gonna take a quick bathroom break first. So for the meantime, while you wait, please grab a snack if you have to. Go drink some water. Also go to the bathroom if you have to, and check your posture. Your self care matters too. I will be back in a bit, and I will be playing some background music to to help you with your waiting time. And yes, okay. I'll also make a quick announcement when we return. Yeah, it's about my stream schedule for this week. Okay. All right, I'll be back in a bit. Stay tuned. Okay, we're now back. I am already done with my bathroom break. I also drank my water already. anyways. Okay, I'm gonna announce my stream schedule real quick. Okay, so bam. Here we go. So yeah, so what I mentioned earlier this week. This week will
There's no
be
need to
full
exchange
of Genshin
pleasantries.
streams. Yes,
It's
it's
rather
Genshin
pathetic
week.
to force
I
a
already had my
conversation
Honkai Star Rail week
just to
last week,
occupy
so
silence.
yeah, it's time for Genshin. So yeah, on August 2 and 3, that would be Wednesday and Thursday this week, I will be continuing the Cabarena of Good and Evil World Quest. It's actually the main World Quest series for the latest desert region that got released a few months ago, and the last time I did that was in April, and I haven't been able to get back to it for a long time. So yeah, this week would be a good opportunity for me to dive right back into the lore about the party, and I know there's some Hydro Archon lore there too. So yeah, I think this is the perfect time to get myself acquainted with the previous Hydro Archons lore before we officially dive into Fontaine. Because as you know, Fontaine is coming really soon. And actually I lost track of the time, and I've just realized that most likely if Hoyoverse is gonna follow their usual schedule for special programs and such, it might be most likely that maybe there will be a special program for 4.0 this week. Maybe I am really hoping for an announcement tomorrow, because usually they announce special programs on Wednesdays or Thursdays. So if that's the case, it might be most
There's no
likely that
such
the
thing
special
as pure
program
freedom in this
might
world.
be on
Even a
Friday
wind
or
cannot go on
Saturday, because
forever.
usually that's the usual day. and when it comes to the time, it's usually 8 p.m. in my time zone whenever they release a Genshin special program. So since Friday there's no Friday or Saturday stream in my schedule, I will still have to see whether or not I will have a surprise stream so that I can react to the version 4.0 live stream. So we'll see. You'll see me go live when you if you see a Twitch live notification on like Friday or Saturday or something, that's a surprise stream.
You think
Yeah,
I've got a
yeah.
sharp tongue?
I'm still not
I
yet
just
sure
tell it like it is.
if
If
I
someone
will
can't handle
stream
it,
while the live
maybe
stream
that's their
is going
problem.
on like 8 p.m. But I think it would be more likely that I will still stream at the usual 10 p.m. time. So in that way, it will be easier for me to backtrack the YouTube VOD of the special program, because I do prefer watching special programs on YouTube. It's easier to rewind some scenes if necessary. I do that quite a lot for
There's
trailers.
no such thing as pure freedom in this
So
world.
yeah, just a quick heads
Even a
up.
wind cannot blow on
There
forever.
might, in all caps, there might be a surprise stream if for the special program. Yeah, you'll just see me go live. Anyways, without further ado, we're now gonna proceed to the domain portion of the Baizhu Story Quest, and I find it interesting that it's called Entanglement of Past Dreams, and dreams have been a very prominent narrative theme in Genshin so far. So let's go see what all of that is about. Okay, let's now enter. Okay, Entanglement of Past Dreams. The restless force within Jialiang has beckoned him ceaselessly, drawing everyone to this place. Here, the stench of evil is growing, and the curtains of fate are soon to fall. That's actually a nice analogy. That reminds me of Fontaine. So we're gonna start. I wonder why we need Geo for this one though. So let's see. I'll repeat.
A walk
Wait.
would be nice.
Let me switch up my team for a bit. It's most likely that Baizhu is gonna be used as a trial character here. So I can go with Hyper Bloom actually. Wait, Hyper Bloom or Bloom? Oh wait, I'll just go with Bloom. Yeah, Bloom team. Okay, that would be where is my Milo Bloom team? However, I do need Gia though. Oh, but yeah, since it's most likely that we're gonna get Baizhu anyway, so okay, we'll just replace Yao Yao with
Sure.
Zhongli. Okay, I hope this would be fine. Start. There you go, trial Baizhu.
place gives Paimon the creeps. Who knows what we're gonna find up ahead?
Wait.
The digging marks here appear amateur and rather old. I suspect it is a thieves' tunnel.
A thieves' tunnel? Paimon has heard rumors about treasure around these parts before. Maybe it was the treasure hoarders that dug this tunnel.
Judging by the tools they left behind, it's certainly a possibility. But why did they abandon this place without even stopping to pack up their tools?
I remember now. She took me here once and told me that she'd found a way to save me in this cave. But she said that the method would cause me to, curses. Why can't I remember what she said?
Easy, Jialiang. Come on, let's keep going.
The music kind of reminds me of the BGM from the chasm. Door of Resurrection activated. Wait, what does Baizhu do again? I think go see his talents real quick. So this one is danger damage. Ah. Can also heal, okay. Then this one is shield. This one refreshes over time. Okay, I think I remember now. But first...
I see everything!
Oh, it's the chasm background music! Wait, five.
Mind the side effects.
Ow.
Dance with the waves! All my strength!
Whoa, there's a sensor here. Those treasure hoarders sure made themselves at home.
I don't see any dust on the sensor surface. The burn marks on the inside are still fresh. I don't think this was left here by the treasure hoarders.
I believe this sensor was used to burn a monster-repelling incense.
A monster repelling incense? You sure? 'Cause we did run into that group of monsters just now.
The incense was burned several days ago. If I had to guess, the monsters we fought just now were enticed here by some entity deeper inside the cave. No doubt an encounter with the very same entity was what prompted the treasure hoarders to flee and abandon their designs on this cave. After them, JIANGLI was the next person to discover this place and what lies inside. But to her, it presented an opportunity to save JIALIANG'S life, albeit as a last resort.
That's right. This sensor, it belongs to JIANGLI. Yes, this was the place. This is where I told JIANGLI to give me the poison.
Jialiang!
I'm fine. Let's keep going. I can feel it.
Right below us.
She is right below us, waiting for me.
Proceed deeper. Yeah, this really is the chasm background music. Okay, open door. Whoa. Also, this reminds me of the HU TAO domain all over again. It also had a lot of underground stuff. There's a ladder over there.
I can feel it. We're getting close. We're almost there. It's right up ahead. The place where we made a pact together to...
I want to see... Okay. So the area outside of this window, there's some purple smoke going around. We must be so close already. Oh, puzzle time, I see. Oh, so... Good thing I brought ZHONGLI with me here. We can see this closely. Yeah, that symbol on the door over there, that green door, it looks a lot like ZHONGLI's symbol here on his coat, but it's kinda... There's a slight difference. Yeah, a slight difference. Okay. I'm gonna activate this one. Oh. Wow.
Aha! We can keep going now.
From the looks of it, the energy released by this mechanism can not only clear barriers, but also be conducted by corresponding mechanisms. Perhaps it's something we can make use of.
I'm so glad that even though we've already finished the Liyue story for a long time now, including the chasm, there's still a lot to be discovered. I think in a lot of times Liyue lore can be quite a lot to take in, or sometimes the timeline is confusing. But I'm glad that other quests are also fleshing other parts of Liyue lore. Wait! Wait. This looks like the HU TAO domain from her story quest. I think. I'm not really sure. It was a long time ago. But I think it also had faces like that. Wait. Alright, so we're gonna... Oh. Purple crystals. Wait. If we elemental sight this thing, there's some... You can see the purple glow. And usually... I mean, from afar, it could look like Electro, but usually when you elemental sight Electro, it's more on the bright purple side rather than the dark purple thing that we have going on here. This doesn't look good. Okay, we're gonna...
Huh? Paimon doesn't see any barrier-breaking mechanisms around here.
There are tracks here, and it looks like they're connected to something. Shall we follow it and see where it takes us?
Okay, there's another room here. Oh wait, there's nothing inside. Never mind. Okay. I'm gonna have to move these things around. Activate. If I activate this, what will... Nah. Okay, I think we have to move this somewhere. So we're gonna push. Yeah, it might be hiding in that crystal or something. So yeah, I'm gonna activate. Okay, none. Let's continue pushing. Oh wait, mechanism cannot shift towards this direction. Okay, I see. There's a locked door there. So let's push it there. Okay, let's try to see what we can activate from here. There we go. Okay. Oh my god. Okay, I think let's try to get rid of that door over there. So we're gonna push this. And then activate. Oh. Okay, we're gonna have to fight the Hilichurls again.
Everyone hold hands. The Temple of Wisdom. Here.
Oh,
Seems like an emergency. A bitter pill to swallow.
oh, the hatchlings. I haven't fought these in a while.
This is order.
No wonder I need Gia for this. This is chess. Wait. I swear these crystals look so ominous to me. Okay. Looks like there's nothing else here. We're gonna go back there and oh wait. Open door. There we go. And then we're gonna push this one. And then can we activate it now? Anyways, let's continue pushing. No. Weird. Okay, maybe... Okay, let's try to... I think this is the only one we can activate, so... Let's push this. We're gonna push it all the way there. And then activate. There we go. Another pathway has been opened to us. More purple crystals. Then we're gonna... Oh. We're gonna go down again. I am really worried for Jiangli though, because if she's been exposed to a lot of God's remains for this long, I don't think it's gonna end well for her. And also we have a wait! What's that thing? The purple crystal, I mean, not the Geo Bishop there. Not that one. Oh my god. Okay. I need to prepare myself. Yeah, I think I'll survive this.
ZHONGLI!
What to whom the cheese owes some blood things.
The god remains must have lured them here. Watch my back.
It has been a long time since I fought Geo Bishops. Okay, let's do a bloom. Okay, bam, bam, bam. Oh, wrong character. Wrong character. Anyways, that would be fine. That would be fine.
I will have order.
Sometimes I keep forgetting that the child character is in number 5.
Remember, health comes first. Mind the side effects.
Dr. Baizhu, how serious is it? Is she...
Oh, Ocean Nikki, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream.
I can still feel a pulse, but her condition is quite grave. The god remains here are encroaching on her cognition, much as the poison in your system did to you. If we don't eliminate it soon, then even if we save her life, I fear that she may never wake up again.
This reminds me of how the abyss can also affect her your cognition. This reminds me about that one NPC once again from the chasm. You know her, Jichong. you know, just to put it in a short way, Jichong, who is the adventure NPC that we got to spend time with in the chasm, she actually her attitude started to shift drastically when she got exposed to the abyss in the chasm.
Then, what are we waiting for? Let's destroy the remains right away!
So yeah, the effect that the god's remains are giving off here reminds me of the abyss.
It's not as simple as that. Don't you remember what Baizhu said? The poison within JIALIANG's body is inextricably linked to the god remains here. If the source is purged, the poison in his system will stop having any effect.
And the poison within JIALIANG's body is keeping his heart condition under control. So, if it stops working...
This is quite a dilemma.
Oh no. Are you saying...
Indeed. If the god remains here are purged, then your life will come to an end.
I wondered when this day might come.
Wait! But we've all been working our butts off to save JIALIANG's life! After all that, we can't just give up on him! Baizhu, you're a great doctor! Surely you gotta know of some other way we can save him, right?
You could continue to take the poison, which would buy you some time. As for JIANGLI, maybe if we put our heads together, we can think of something?
It appears to me that she was striving to concoct your medicine for you, right up until the moment when she lost consciousness.
Oh.
Maybe it's her greatest wish that you will continue to take it and live.
Dr. Baizhu, give it to me straight. How long does JIANGLI have?
The god remains have reached her internal organs. Under ordinary circumstances, I would give her less than 3 days.
3 days.
But if I were to treat her using a secret art...
Can't be thinking about that again.
But what would be the point of that? Dr. Baizhu, I'm all too aware of the dangers of god remains. You are not the first to mention it to me. If I continue to sustain my own life using this wretched substance, not only would JIANGLI have to keep risking her life to make my medicine for me, but I would have to live with the looming threat of these remains breaking out and wreaking havoc not just upon me, but my entire family. I know for a fact that I should have died over a decade ago. The fact that I've been around to see how you grow up is already a great blessing from Rex Lapis. If my choice can bring JIANGLI back, then even if I die...
JIALIANG...
After cheating death for so long, it seems I've grown somewhat addicted to life. Traveler, Dr. Baizhu, could I have another minute with my wife? I just want to have one final moment together. Just a moment, that's all.
So scary that the poison was able to keep Jialing alive for a decade. For a decade more, I mean.
And I'm sorry that I won't be able to repay your kindness in this life.
JIALIANG... Baizhu, CHANGSHENG... Is there really nothing else you can do?
I am sure that over the years, JIANGLI will have tried all the conventional methods known to humankind. As for less conventional methods, I have little expertise besides CHANGSHENG's secret art.
Mortals are fated to grow old and pass on when their natural lifespan runs out. If it were so easy to combat the natural processes of aging and death, JIANGLI would not have had to resort to unnatural methods.
What a crazy situation. JIANGLI risked it all to save JIALIANG's life. And now, JIALIANG has to sacrifice himself to save JIANGLI. What's the point of it all?
All we can do right now is honor Jialiang's decision and bear witness.
I've seen many final farewells in my time, but I can never get used to it.
In the human realm, all things must come to an end. Is it not a fitting end to die for a worthy cause? At least, that's what generations of masters before you have always believed.
Oh.
The path they chose was indeed a heroic one. But when I think of those who would willingly sacrifice themselves for others, I cannot help but think that theirs are the lives least deserving of death.
When all this began, we agreed that once HU was old enough to help you gather herbs, it would be time for me to go. If you could only see him now. He took me all the way to Liyue Harbor to see the doctor. And he even got the Adventurers Guild to search for you. So, I know that you'll both be okay without me.
Oh.
I've said my goodbyes. My time has come. Do what you must.
As you wish.
Oh, cutscene time.
It will eat away at both your cognition and your memories.
Oh.
In the end, you'll become little more than a shadow of your true self.
This is a flashback. In the end, you'll become little more than a shadow of your true self. It will eat away at both your cognition and your memories. This is like erosion all over again.
I'll take it. At the very least, it will allow me to stay with you and watch how you grow up.
Mom, something's really wrong with Dad.
Don't fret, HU. I will gather some medicinal herbs right away. I promise you, nothing will happen to our family.
Why would these memories come to mind now? The longer we live, the tighter we cling to what we have. Oh, how I would love to hear your voice one last time.
That was so tragic.
Jialiang! 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 Jialiang!
Wait.
Dad, are you awake?
Wait.
Zhongli, are you?
Wait a minute. Also, he has some talismans all over him.
Didn't I... Huh? What are these?
How does it feel to come back to life?
Wait a minute.
Do you feel strange or different in any way? If so, could you describe it to me in detail?
Dr. Baizhu, I thought that I was going to...
Die? You did indeed. As things stand now,
Wait.
you're more akin to a zombie than a human.
I'm a zombie?
He got Chi-Chi'd.
That's right. Before we set off, I asked QIQI to prepare an elixir of immortality. With its help, you have been suspended in the space between life and death. Of course, this is but a crude imitation of an Adeptus art. I don't expect it to extend your life indefinitely. Whether it will keep you alive for a few days, a few months, or a few years, I'm as interested as you to find out. But However long you have left, I believe it should be more than sufficient time for you to say your final goodbyes before departing the world in peace. I hope that Director Hu finds this arrangement to be a satisfactory one.
So it's kind of like they're just giving him a bit more time before he officially passes away.
An elixir of immortality? How'd you cook that up? Ugh. Leave it to you to work on something like that behind my back.
It's a work in progress that hardly lives up to its name, and it would have had no effect were it not for JIALIANG'S iron will. In the end, I am merely a doctor. I understand very little of the great principles governing life and death and the perpetual cycle of yin and yang. All I know is that if I'm presented with a life that deserves to be saved, I will do everything in my power to save them. And even this would have counted for nothing without Director Hu's assistance. After all, did you not tell JIALIANG to show us the way before we set off for Qingce Village?
Oops. And I'm busted.
Without Director Hu nudging things in the right direction, we may not have found JIANGLI in time.
I knew someone was listening in on that conversation.
No wonder he didn't mention the elixir back then. I thought he was being frank and transparent with me for once, but apparently not.
Director Hu told me to keep her suggestion a secret, but it seems nothing escapes Dr. Baizhu's attention.
Never underestimate a serpent's sense of smell.
So true, CHANGSHENG.
All I wanted was to help JIALIANG find his missing wife as soon as possible, so that he could be on his way to the afterlife without any unfulfilled wishes making the journey more difficult than it needs to be. Leave it to Bubu Pharmacy to snatch the perfect opportunity right out of my hands at the last hurdle. Never mind. I'll just have to put it down in the books as a deferred consideration. One QIQI was enough of a conundrum. The last thing I need's another one. If I'd known this was coming, I'd have whisked him off to the Wangsheng funeral parlor the moment I found him.
You stay away from my dad! When I grow up, I'm gonna become an even better doctor than Mom and Baizhu, and cure Dad for good!
Oh, is that right? Well, you wouldn't be the first person who's tried to put Wangsheng funeral parlor out of business. If you're serious about it, you'll have your work cut out for you. Traveler, Paimon, I'll catch you all another time.
Is she finally gone?
All's well that ends well. If you ask Paimon, we should probably do something to celebrate this hard-earned family reunion.
Such as, Paimon's idea of a celebration can only mean one thing.
At times like this, a grand celebratory feast is in order.
It feels like it was a whole lifetime ago when I last talked with Zhongli and IU around the dinner table.
This was a hard one, Meal. Maybe I'll whip something up too. It's been a while.
Yay! Paimon can't wait! Alright, first things first, off to the market for some
So we're really gonna have some...
Let's go!
We're really gonna have a feast. Okay, okay.
Wait up! I'll come too!
Baizhu, thank you so much for everything you've done for us.
Don't mention it, Jiangli. I was just doing my duty.
Just your duty, huh? Baizhu, CHANGSHENG, would you mind if we took this conversation outside?
Oh. We do need to learn a lot of stuff before we... Oh, anyways. Let me go to... I wanna know what their interaction would be. This is a zombie to zombie conversation.
Now that you are part zombie, there are some rules that you need to know.
Yes, ma'am. I'm listening.
First, don't forget to stretch your body regularly. Second, don't forget to...
Yes? Go on. Don't forget to...
I forgot.
Aww. Oh, Pixie Descent, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Wait, I wasn't really expecting that we're gonna see the back room of the Bubu Pharmacy here. I wanna stay here for a bit longer. Can I recreate this in the Serenity Pot though? It looks like a Serenity Pot room. Actually, now that we're here, before I forget, I kinda wanna read the QIQI zombie lore again. Dixon said, "Hi, I just wanted to pop in and say hi and drop a follow. Hello! Welcome to the stream. Thank you for stopping by." Okay. Anyways, so let me go see... Let me read the QIQI lore here. I haven't read QIQI lore for a long time now, so we're gonna go look at that real quick. Here's the part about the Adepti. Okay. This one. That would be character story 4, and then... I read this character story 5 earlier, so... Okay, 4 and vision story. Okay, I'll read character story 4 and then vision story. Anyways. This ancient story has long been forgotten by mortals. An ordinary herb-picking lass named QIQI lost her way and trespassed the realm of the Adepti. Injuring her right leg in a fall, she hurriedly hid in a cavern to rest. Even occupied as she was in bandaging her wound, she could hear sounds that did not belong to the mortal plane. But she could have never expected that with a huge crash, she would forever be trapped between life and death. Whether Adepti or demons, just or wicked, all understood that she was an innocent mortal caught in the crossfire. Or perhaps it was by the will of heaven that she received a vision in her dying moments, and so ended this contention between Adepti and demon. The Adepti could not bear to let her die, and each imparted to her a portion of their strength, meaning to breathe life back into her body. This kind of resembles the secret art that CHANGSHENG has, but also not really. QIQI did indeed awaken and live again, but went into a berserk state, unable to control the Adepti energy raging through her. Seeking to end the disturbance, Mountain Shaper had no choice but to seal the hapless maiden in amber. And that brings us to character story 5. This was what I read a while ago, wherein it talks about how after 100 of years, QIQI was discovered by humans, and she was still trapped in amber by then, but she got released already. As for her vision story, QIQI's vision was given to her in the last moment of her life. She wanted to stop the clock from turning. She wanted to live happily again. She feared death. She wanted to live. She missed her family. These feelings coalesced at last into ice. If only I could freeze time, how wonderful would that be? As she thought thus, tears fell from the moribund girl's eyes upon the vision that had appeared before her. The mighty and illuminated Adepti all acknowledged this as a legitimate form of illumination. The yearning of humanity for bygone days is, after all, a desire to protect that past. And then if we... Oh, so this should be the order. Character story 4, and then vision, and then 5. Yeah, I think I'll just read character story 5 again. As a recap, after hundreds of years, QIQI was discovered by humans, still trapped in the amber, and was brought to Wangshan Funeral Parlor for burial. The mountain roads were treasures, however, and the amber was bumped about. Coupled with the passing of many years, the seal on QIQI was all but spent. She awakened in the middle of that night, broke the amber in secret, and fled. Following the herb-picking habits of her previous life, QIQI headed right for the hills. By chance, she met Baizhu, the boss of Bubu Pharmacy, on the way, and he took her in. Now Baizhu was a doctor of great skill, but he was hardly a man of high caliber or great courage. Even so, he took her in, never mind that her memory was so poor that she could not even sort herbs out. It does seem that his acceptance of Qi has something to do with his own personal pursuits. Qi is stiff but not slow and has long realized this. However, she does not take it to heart. Perhaps she has seen too much or been alone for too long, but what remains true is that she treasures his concern, even if there is some other motive behind it. This kind of feels like sequencing stuff again for a reading comprehension test. Okay, that would be... So this one, story 1, story 2, and story 3 talks about the nature of being a zombie, I think. So let me go read that from 1 to 3. Okay, story 1. Usually zombies are cold and stiff, which forces them to locomote by hopping about. As such, Qi keeps up a calisthenics regimen to retain a human-like form. Oh yeah, I read this a while ago. The 77th generation of director of the Wangshan funeral parlor, Hu Tao, doesn't see the point of all this. Whenever she meets Qi, she will say, "It would be easier if you just let me bury you." Qi, of course, has no wish to be buried, and so conducts her exercises at night when no one's around. Qi memory falls far behind those of non-undead disposition. If she does not continue to reinforce her impressions of someone, she will completely forget them in 3-day stops. But who knows, this might be a good thing. For a person with painful memories, forgetting may in fact be a form of release. The person Qi must remember most, not only does this person have a very punchable face, but she also shows up every single day. As such, Qi isn't too concerned about her poor memory. And then, okay, story 2. Qi is very petite indeed, but is in fact a very powerful zombie. Her short stature is hardly any impediment, but is instead good for high-speed movement. In combat, Qi will unleash the self-control that she usually maintains, allowing her body to return to an undead state, increasing her strength and speed. You're dead. Once she has stoically defeated her enemies, Qi will once again get her muscles under control, returning to her normal state. She has been threatened in the past by treasure hoarders while picking herbs by herself. Now, a little girl all by herself seems like an easy target, no? Who would have thought that this girl could send a whole crew flying? This is why we should always remember never to judge a person based on appearances, or a zombie for that matter. And then story 3 talks about her memory, I think. Zombies mostly require orders from the person who awakens them to move, but strictly speaking, Qi has never been awakened. As such, she counts as a very rare case of a zombie that gives itself orders. If these orders are simple ones like defeat the enemy, Qi has no problem fulfilling them. But when faced with complex instructions such as go to the Jaeon cars, climb the sheer rock faces, and pick herbs, Qi sometimes winds up stuck below the cliffs, unable to give up no matter how many times she tries and fails to scale the cliff. The method to cancel her orders is very simple. Hug Qi from behind, tell her something like, "I love you the most," and the orders will dissipate, just like that. Unfortunately, there's just no element of sincerity when Baizhu does it, leading to greatly reduced results. Perhaps someday, someone will come along who understands that such words cannot be spoken lightly, and who slowly but carefully releases the hold that Qi orders have over her. What will Qi response be then? Interesting. Did I read this one already? Oh yeah, I read this one a while ago. I think this is... okay, I still have one more to go, I think. Okay, this one. A Home and Away Handbook of Practical Wisdom for the Undead. Qi carries something with her that looks like a notebook. Qi's memory is very poor, so it is an object of irreplaceable importance if she is to smoothly go about her daily life. The words within are written in a centuries-old style and are very elegant indeed. The first page is an instructional on calisthenics. Moving past that, one finds the descriptions of various herbs and some orders. Qi needs to give herself orders, so she has very precise instructions to ensure smooth transition. She has also dutifully written down all the things she needs to do in a day. Recently, she has also added a section on brain training and mnemonic methods. This is like school all over again. At this point, it has become a true dummy's guide on just about anything. But if the day ever comes when QIQI also forgets to look at her notebook, there would truly be nothing for it then. So yeah, that is the crash course on being a zombie by QIQI. But yeah, as we've seen now, JIALIANG isn't really a full zombie. He's just partially zombified. But yeah. Anyways, we can now proceed to the next part of the quest. Maybe this is the ending already. So let me... How do I get out of here? Oh, the back room. Oh, by the way, 01 Carnage 10, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Okay, we're gonna follow Jiangli. I'm still using Trial Baizhu, I see.
Time flies. It's been so long since we bade each other farewell in Chenyu Vale. CHANGSHENG, you're the same as ever. You haven't changed one bit.
You, on the other hand, have changed a lot.
You're right. My younger self would have never imagined that things would one day turn out this way. Or that you'd turn out this way, Baizhu.
Oh. I hope we get a flashback from this. I didn't really expect that Baizhu will have a lot of connections.
I've taken a look at your elixir of immortality. It's not altogether dissimilar from the poison I concocted in terms of the way it functions.
I have to say, JIALIANG, it was a stroke of genius to use poison to maintain life. I hope you're not too upset at me for
copying your
your
methods.
No, not at all. With your intellect, even if you'd never seen my poison, I believe you would have eventually arrived at the same approach. But I'm still impressed by how quickly you managed to gain such a thorough understanding of it. JIALIANG's still only been in your care for a few days. Not just that, you even managed to improve upon the original formula. That cannot be explained by intellect alone. Baizhu, be honest with me. Did you try out some of the poison on yourself?
Huh. Told you the truth would surface sooner or later.
Life force isn't the only thing that CHANGSHENG's contract lets you transfer between bodies, is it?
Transfer between bodies?
Nothing gets past you, JIALIANG. You are correct. Besides life force, CHANGSHENG's secret art also allows for the transfer of toxins and diseases. When I treated JIALIANG for the second time, I transferred some of the poison from his body into my own. Not only did this allow me to alleviate the burden on him, but it also gave me an opportunity to study its properties.
Wonder he's sick all the time.
There is no need to worry about any long-term consequences to my health, however. Now that the source has been destroyed, any remaining poison in me will have already dissipated.
But you took such a huge risk. If we hadn't destroyed the god's remains back there, then even you might have... What am I saying? I'm in no position to criticize you for this. The reason I left our master and went into hiding all those years ago was that he was getting old. And I didn't want him using up any more of his own life force to treat my husband. But in the end, how were my methods any different? I risked one life to save another. And then you tried the poison on yourself too.
It's a cycle.
It looks like both of us have ended up going the same way as our master before us. Are all disciples of Chenyu Vale destined to turn out this way? To live a short life, having given away our own for the sake of others? To fight relentlessly against the natural course of life and death, whatever the cost? Maybe our fate is sealed the moment we decide to study medicine.
We are doctors, JIALIANG. We ought never say that anyone's fate is sealed.
Baizhu, I can tell that over the years, you've used the contract with CHANGSHENG to transfer many diseases and toxins to yourself.
It's really dangerous.
There are so many that some of them I don't even recognize. Can you still stop before it's too late?
I think you know the answer, Jiangli. Every one of us from Chenyu Vale believes in the same thing.
Hey, food's ready!
Mom, come and join us. The Traveler taught me a load of new recipes and said even Dad'll be able to taste them. Come and try them out.
Yes, darling. Mom will be there in just a second. Hey, slow down. Baizhu, I know I won't be able to convince you, but please don't forget that if one day you're not around anymore, QIQI, Gui, and all the friends who have grown fond of you, they will all miss you dearly.
There's no need to worry, Jiangli. I know what I'm doing.
I can only hope so.
Baizhu, what did Jiangli mean by not around anymore? Are you gonna be okay?
Also, when Xianzhou was talking about fate, what did she mean exactly?
Every single mortal I've ever contracted with, including Baizhu and JIANGLI's master, has passed away at a young age.
Wait, that doesn't make any sense. You said that the contract with you helps people live longer.
It is a very long story.
Wait, cutscene?
Long ago, when plagues ravaged the land, one doctor made a pledge to rid the world of pain and suffering. But even the most ingenious mortal medicine could not stay the tide of disease. And after working tirelessly for many years, even his dearest loved ones fell sick and bade their final farewell. Legends told of an herb lord in Chenyu Vale
Chenyu Vale.
who could cure any illness known to mankind. The doctor sought the herb lord, but found only a white snake, its breathing weak and its power all but spent.
Sign this contract and let our lives be joined.
CHANGSHENG.
Then I will impart to you the secret art of healing. But be warned, this art will harm your own health.
With means beyond human ken, the doctor could now reverse the process of death. And yet, the time still came to say goodbye. Only now, the one departing was the doctor, his life force spent. His final act in life was to pass on the contract to his final patient, his favorite disciple. The disciple chose to dedicate their life to saving the lives of others. And generation upon generation followed in these footsteps. Since I inherited this contract, I've always respected the path taken by my predecessors, and followed it myself unquestioningly. That is, until I tried to use the art to save my own disciples, beloved.
This is their master.
She begged me not to use up my own life force. She said that this art is a poison chalice, an evil and unnatural practice. She did not wish to sacrifice one life for the sake of another, when both were lives she treasured. Only then did it occur to me. Did I not suffer when my master passed away, just as patients' families do at their loved one's deathbed? Are not the lives cut short by this contract just as worthy of saving as any patients? What is this contract to us? medicine or poison?
It's a good question.
Alas, I no longer have enough time left to find the answer. I entrust to your care both CHANGSHENG and this final question. May you find a remedy for this conundrum, which has ailed us so.
Time and again, no matter how much I try to warn them or balance their chi, I can never save them.
Oh shoot.
And you? What's your answer?
If I abandoned the contract and left you without a host, what would happen?
I suppose I'd spend my final moments taking a nice nap on Mount Yaojun. Then I'd be reunited with my old friends and your predecessors.
Then it's decided. If there's a life in front of me that deserves to be saved, why shouldn't I do everything within my power to save it?
Once again,
It's the same answer.
So be it. Close your eyes. Who knows how
Wait,
many more people will take
that
on
symbol.
this contract?
None. This contract will end with me.
My contract has strict requirements on the host's natural temperament. All my hosts have been most pure of heart.
But when one with an altruistic nature gains access to this art, they are more seduced than the average person by the miracle of overturning the laws of life and death. Though they know better than anyone else the fate that awaits them, when faced with the sorrows of humanity and the pain of losing their nearest and dearest, they cannot help but reach beyond human means. They are like moths that throw themselves into the flame,
It's a good
seeking a
analogy.
glimmer of hope in a dark world filled with pain and suffering.
So, Baizhu, does that mean...
I suppose that would make me a moth that yearns for the light, but doesn't want to be burned to a crisp.
Valid.
CHANGSHENG's art can transfer pain and suffering between people, but it cannot reduce the total amount of pain in the world. It's just like we witnessed. Either JIALIANG feared for JIANGLI's life, or JIANGLI grieved over JIALIANG's sacrifice. I have nothing but the utmost respect for my predecessors, who sacrificed their lives for their principles. But I do not wish to join their ranks, nor do I wish to pass on this contract to anyone else in the future.
Huh? But didn't you already transfer a ton of diseases onto yourself?
What makes a poison, poison? And what makes a disease, a disease? When it comes down to it, are not both mechanisms that affect the operations of the human body? If disease is defined as deviation from normal functioning, then who knows? Perhaps the true elixir of immortality could in fact be a kind of poison. Many may view the notion of searching for immortality in poisons and illnesses as a flagrant violation of the natural order. But to me, it is no different from the way our ancestors tested the medicinal qualities of herbs by sampling each and every one. I don't want those who come after me to lose their lives to this contract. Nor do I wish for CHANGSHENG to perish from losing her host. This leaves only one solution, doesn't it?
The elixir of immortality. You have to become immortal yourself?
Precisely. I will be CHANGSHENG's final host, and the tradition of passing down the contract will end with me.
Even the gods of old struggle to achieve true immortality. First you want to save others, then you want to save yourself. Now you even want to save me. You're getting greedy, Baizhu.
Yeah, this seems kinda impossible.
But isn't wanting to have it all what makes us human? For a selfish moth like me, who's afraid of the flame yet yearns for the light, the only path forward is up towards the moon.
Huh. For once, Paimon just does not know what to say.
Dr. Baizhu, Traveler! What are you still chatting about? The food's about to get cold.
We also have
Coconut milk.
for CHANGSHENG and Paimon.
Okay, fine. Let's go grab some food. Paimon has a bunch of burning questions, but they can wait till after we've eaten.
Oh, Paimon, leave some grub for me.
I do envy Paimon sometimes. Eating her fill is enough to satisfy her body and mind.
True. And yet, although we call them simple pleasures, are such things as these not precisely why we mortals cling desperately to the life we have?
That reminded me of Inazuma all over again. That was an interesting quest, actually. Like, there's actually a lot to think about. Although there are a lot of stuff that I need to have a refresher on, it actually reminded me of a lot of things. But yeah, but before I can actually gather my thoughts about the Baizhu Story Quest in general, I think it would be better if I read his lore in the wiki. I don't have Baizhu in my account, so I'm gonna do just that. So I'm gonna set up my browser tab real quick so that you can see the the wiki page along with me. Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of reading to do. I think I think I did this too for the Dea story quest. Like, after I finished her story quest, I also read her lore in the wiki because I also do not have her. So yeah, okay, just give me a few moments. I'll just be setting up some stuff. Okay. Anyways, where is it again? Browser. Okay, browser. You will be seeing me in a different stream layout in a bit. It's been a while since I last used the browser tab format for this. Okay, Baizhu Wiki. Okay. Wait, lore. Okay, and then alright, let me see if I can summon it up. Where is my... Where's that tab again? Sometimes I still get confused in managing things in OBS. Just a moment, please. Okay, that would be... Where is it? Jamboard. Oh! Okay, let me go get this. Wait. I need to connect the browser. Where is it? Window capture. There we go. Let's go. Okay. We are back in the wiki shenanigans once again. It's been a while since I last did this. So yeah, in order to have a better understanding about Baizhu, I'm gonna read this real quick. Okay, starting with the character introduction. So, character details. Baizhu, the owner of Bubu Pharmacy. Oh wait, let me play some background music. I forgot that I didn't set it up. Okay, just a moment please. Background music. It would be way too quiet if I didn't play it. Okay. Just a moment. Okay, let me lower down the volume. Close. And then let's play some random Genshin background music. There we go. Okay, I think the volume should be fine. It's low enough, I think. There we go. Okay, yeah, we got the vibe going on already, so we're gonna start reading the wiki now. Okay. Baizhu, the owner of Bubu Pharmacy, is a master of the medicinal arts. He is benevolent and kind, yet also shrouded in mystery and other contradictions. Despite having countless admiring physicians begging for his attention, he has insisted on choosing a zombie who can barely sort medicinal ingredients to be his apprentice. And though only a mortal, A talking snake with powerful spiritual energy is always wrapped around his shoulders. Maladies major and minor may all be mitigated with his medicine, but the physician seems unable to cure himself. Such a person does not go unnoticed in Liyue, for the greater a person's capabilities, the greater the calamity they could cause should their heart harbor any evil intent. Yet both public observation and private investigation have not only found no trace of any hidden wickedness, but have seemed to confirm time and time again that his unimpeachable reputation as a benevolent doctor was, in fact, the unvarnished truth. As for all those inscrutable secrets, Baizhu simply smiles and laughs. Good medicine is so bitter, so it shouldn't be a problem to let a good doctor keep a few secrets, no? Well, I guess so. Okay, we're now gonna proceed to character story 1 for Baizhu. Though he was widely known as the moniker Mr. Bai, Baizhu's last name isn't Bai. The origins of this misnomer can be traced back to his apprentice at Bubu Pharmacy, QIQI, and her sieve-like memory. When she first arrived at Bubu, her memory was even worse than it is now, and she would even forget to return to the pharmacy at night after going out to gather herbs and ingredients during the day. Fortunately, Baizhu is always patient when dealing with patients, and doubly so when dealing with QIQI. At first, he attempted to have her stay at the pharmacy and rest, but QIQI was always resolute and could not be dissuaded from harvesting materials, saying, "My responsibility." Helpless to stop her, Baizhu would personally go out to find her each and every time and remind her of the fact she lived with him at Bubu Pharmacy over and over and over and with a memory like what QIQI sported then, remembering anyone's full name was beyond the realm of possibility. So for a long time, the names Baizhu and CHANGSHENG were simply replaced with that person and that snake. Everyone to prescribe just the right medicine for the disease, Baizhu prepared a notebook for QIQI to write in and review whenever she had time. Oh, so he was the one who gave her that. Finally, there came a morning when QIQI saw Baizhu and did not cock her head and ask who he was, but said, "Good morning. Bye." CHANGSHENG was ecstatic and immediately extended her body outward, even more excited than Baizhu. Yes. By what now? And how about me? Don't forget about me. Mr. Bai, QIQI answered earnestly. And long snake. Outrageous! My name isn't Long Snake. Remembering things is like curing an illness. One cannot be too greedy for progress, but be satisfied with gradual improvement. Baizhu smiled slightly and nodded as though having accepted the name Mr. Bai. In the days that followed, the phrases "Mr. Bai said" and "Mr. Bai won't allow it" were never far from her lips, and the endless stream of customers asking after medicine soon brought the name Mr. Bai out of Bubu Pharmacy to every corner of Liyue Harbor. QIQI's notebook has been filled to bursting and then some, and today she no longer needs to consult it before recalling Baizhu and CHANGSHENG's names. But Mr. Bai had already found its home in the hearts of some, and it was too late to change it. That is so cute. Also, I forgot to turn down the in-game audio on my side, so okay. Anyways, alright, back to reading. We're now on to character story 2. Baizhu is not only a brilliant physician, but possesses considerable business acumen. This should not come as a surprise. It would be impossible to operate such a large pharmacy on the strength of one's medical skills alone. The prices at Bubu Pharmacy are generally fair, and the pricing strategy for most products is one of high sales with low margins on each transaction. But there's some merchandise priced at a curious premium, such as the everlasting incense, which was 2,990,000 mora even after a discount. Usually, the customers for goods like this aren't picky about price and only care about the quality and effectiveness. So why head to the So I head to the market to haggle and search, and you can get everything you need at Bubu Pharmacy. Even if it's a bit more expensive, the peace of mind provided by Mr. Byte's reputation is worth it. Naturally, price is not Bubu Pharmacy's only competitive advantage. Many of the customers are business people who have become partners, bringing Baizhu rare herbs from across the land and exporting the medicines he develops to every corner of the world. As the pockets of Bubu's business partners began to bulge, so too did the pharmacy's ledgers. But the objectives of Baizhu's plans do not seem to revolve solely around Mora itself. If they did, why would Bubu Pharmacy take care of someone with no positive impact on income flow like QIQI? It makes no sense from a business perspective. When encountering unusual or novel diseases, Baizhu often accepts only a token fee, saying it is difficult to assess a fee for such a rare ailment. I see. As this practice has persisted, clients from far beyond Liyue have come to seek treatment at Bubu Pharmacy. Baizhu never refuses a patient and is very willing to treat people from all walks of life, regardless of the disease that afflicts them. Thus has the good doctor cultivated a reputation as a selfless and benevolent healer who makes money elsewhere, presumably so that he can continue to perform acts of kindness far into the future. But only Baizhu himself understands the truth. Bubu Pharmacy never engages in unprofitable transactions. Some goals are impossible to even think about without massive financial backing and a reliable network supplying resources from across the world. Even with sufficient wealth, those goals would have little chance of success without the right opportunities and a bit of luck. As for the chance to research the secret arts of the Adepti and strange diseases, these are opportunities no amount of Mora could ever buy. Interesting. We now move on to character story 3. Let's go. Baizhu habitually has a pot of water before boiling a pot of tea after waking up early in the morning. There is never a shortage of pastries at the pharmacy, both sweet and salty, delivered from nearby shops and from around the neighborhood. This routine has never ceased and is unchanged through all 4 seasons. The snacks are divided into 3 portions, 2 large and 1 small. The large plates are for Baizhu and Ermuski, and the small plate is for QIQI and CHANGSHENG. Aww, so cute. Whichever of them so desires can take a bite, and this counts as having had breakfast with everyone. Okay then. In addition, the doors of the pharmacy are always lined with fresh supplies when it opens in the morning. Vegetables, rice, fresh fish, melons, and fruits. There is always an abundance of food at Bubu Pharmacy. Baizhu has repeatedly attempted to persuade the community not to give him such gifts, as he does not like to take things from others for free. But the public knows that the Dr. Baizhu doesn't always charge for his consultations and offers steep discounts upon already reduced prices to the people. The child of this family, the grandfather of that household, the number of people who have benefited from his care is beyond count. Of course, since cheaper healthcare means more Mora in the pocket, using the savings to give gifts by way of thanks is a perfectly sensible thing to do. Baizhu's attempts to dissuade his well-wishers were defeated by this logic, and his only remaining response was to ask Herbalist Guy to bring all the gifts from the door into the shop. After breakfast, the clinic opens for consultations. Baizhu remains in the shop to see patients, and Herbalist Guy delivers medicines wrapped and prepared the previous night to elderly patients who have difficulty walking. Each package comes with a detailed note explaining clearly both the frequency and quantity of medicine to be taken for the convenience of the patient. When patients begin arriving at the clinic, CHANGSHENG takes leave of her perch on Baizhu's body and wanders about the clinic. I couldn't imagine a snake randomly crawling in the pharmacy or something. But that's CHANGSHENG for you. If she catches QIQI performing her calisthenics in the courtyard, she will wind about QIQI's shoulders and help her keep time with a 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and so on. If she runs into Herbalist Guy delivering medicine in the corridor, she will rest on his arm and ask after the latest neighborhood gossip. I love Changsheng so much. After the talking is done, the medicine waited and packaged. The tea has cooled. It is time for lunch. At this time, Baizhu is at leisure to personally prepare a nutritious meal and sweet soup that are both healthy and tasty for all who come to call. This is a very detailed anecdote, by the way. It's good to see that they've given us a glimpse of what is going on in Bubu Pharmacy on a day-to-day basis. That is so cute. Afternoons in Liyue Harbor are a leisurely affair with studying children, tottering old grandparents, middle-lit carrying spears, an endless patter of footfalls. Changshan and QIQI lie by the pharmacy door, basking in the sun and watching the flow of people. That is so cute. They idly observe that the one on the left has let their hair grow too long and needs a haircut, while the one on the right has a rash on their face and might be suffering from an internal imbalance. The sound of their chatter reaches Herbalist's ears, and fearing disturbing others, he brings over a bench and moves Changsheng and QIQI back inside the pharmacy. I see. The commotion reaches Baizhu's clinic and he listens to their exchange as he writes a prescription. Time is like boiling water in a copper kettle. At once both the turbulent tumult but also sitting quietly beside you. As night falls, Bubu Pharmacy closes for the day. Herbalist sometimes stays for dinner and sometimes goes home to eat with his family. Then, only Baizhu, QIQI, and Changsheng remain, and the two people and one snake may eat and drink to their heart's content, returning to their rooms to rest by the light of the moon. One cannot call such a day anything out of the ordinary. It is simply a day at Bubu Pharmacy. Though, if Herbalist suddenly had the thought to come back and take a peek before going to bed, more like than not, he would happen upon Baizhu teaching QIQI new exercises in the courtyard to keep her limber. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Morning, noon, and night, spring, summer, and fall. Oh, and also winter. Calisthenics and life both have their rhythm. This is so wholesome. It's good to see that everyone at Bubu Pharmacy almost treats each other like family almost. That is so good to hear. Oh, by the way, before we read character story 4, 5, and as well as the other parts, I'm gonna drink water for a quick second because there is a lot of reading to do and I'm looking forward to that. So yeah, I will mute for a bit. Okay, I have finished drinking my water. We can now proceed. Okay, here we go. Character story 4. The storyteller rapped the wooden table, opened his mouth, and began to tell a tale of ghosts and demons. Though the public loves to hear these stories, they get old after too many tellings, and so people asked, "Is there anything else?" "You've told the one about the jewel seller and the one about the thief. What else is there?" At that moment, Baizhu came down the stairs, and the audience saw him and thought to themselves, "Dr. Baizhu has many stories, surely. But putting them into a book might be far too difficult." Other than discussing his exemplary behavior and medical ethics, if one wishes to say a few words about him over tea or after dinner, the most that can be talked about is the doctor's private pursuit of the adeptal arts and the like, a matter that Baizhu has never intended to conceal. There are a multitude of visitors to Bubu Pharmacy, and those with sharp eyes cannot avoid noticing the books Baizhu reads in his spare time. In addition to medical treatises are ancient tomes which record the ways in which the adepti may be sought out. In addition, the medicine chest at Bubu Pharmacy contain a multitude of rare herbs and ingredients which are of no use in treating common illnesses, but are constantly used and replenished in an endless cycle. Interesting. Though the average patient may not understand the arcane implications, those from families which practice alchemy or thaumaturgical arts can instantly recognize that all of these are ingredients used to refine various elixirs of immortality spoken of in legend. So this got brought up a while ago in the story quest. For most ordinary people, immortality is simply too strange a concept. But there are people whose curiosity will be aroused and who will seek to know just how Baizhu wishes to attain immortality and how far along the road he has come. But this has proved akin to walking on a tightrope at night. It is difficult to take even a single step. Eventually, news of Baizhu's quest spread. Once the news was leaked, people formed an opinion. Some coveted his knowledge, some opposed his pursuit, and others didn't particularly care about his goal of immortality, but were concerned about the trouble his methods might cause. Baizhu himself was in his clinic, but his fingers were on the pulse of the street, and he had anticipated this would happen. In the vast land of Liyue, the concerns of the third group of people would be the most difficult to assuage. He had initially planned to quietly dispel any doubts, but the name Baizhu had already appeared on the Ministry of Civil Affairs Persons of Special Interest list. I wonder if this is the same list that Yalan mentioned at some point. Fortunately, Baizhu always conducted himself impeccably in his daily life and is amiable and willing to chat with his patients during their consultations. From these visits, he learned that the Ministry of Civil Affairs was keeping a close eye on him. He saw through their methods and turned the ears and mouths of the people to his own ends, letting them spread the word on his behalf that his research and approach had no ill intent, would cause no trouble. Wait, I saw Yelan mentioned here. Rumors spread more quickly than the most infectious pathogen, and soon the fact his quest was benign had spread to every corner. This push and pull between Baizhu and Ministry continued for some time, but eventually he was able to avoid unwanted attention, and his name avoided appearing in the top secret intelligence reports of the owner of Yanchang Tea House, Yelan. Okay, so it's confirmed it is Yelan's list. As for the aforementioned second group of people, their beliefs are already a known quantity and set in stone. Many are the descendants of a clan that believes firmly in the principle that some things are divinely ordained and that the impermanence of life and permanence of death are among those immutable truths. It must be pure coincidence that the representative of the second group lives but a street away at Yuangshan Funeral Parlor. So yeah, this is HU TAO. As the saying goes, neighbors are like relatives and friends, and Bubu Pharmacy and Wangshan Funeral Parlor have had many interactions over the years, and both parties greet each other with a smile when their paths cross in the street. As for those questions of life and death and life, the opinion of the 77th director of the Wangshan Funeral Parlor, HU TAO, is as follows. If the matter cannot be explained or settled in a couple words, it's better to have Baizhu over for dinner. And as for a sensible person like Baizhu, of course, one should attend the banquet. Season after season, year after year, without going into too much detail, the two households with very different views have spent many a day together and could be considered close friends, albeit with each keeping their secrets. When two parties do not align closely, they speak merely of etiquette. But when they align, one may speak of duty. For Bubu Pharmacy is in the business of healing the sick, and in the course of business, it is inevitable that there be those beyond saving or at the end of their lives. Yeah, those with good fortune are cared for by their family, but those lucky will beat their last in Bubu Pharmacy. When this happens, Bubu Pharmacy and Wangshan Funeral Parlor will jointly ensure their final rest is peaceful. I see. The last rites and journey of the deceased is of great importance, and Director HU TAO entrusts this to her most dependable consultant, ZHONGLI. Yeah, we love to see that. For Bubu Pharmacy, Baizhu cares greatly for those patients who pass away under his care, and personally sees to their arrangements. The two parties hold a ceremony in a secluded thatched cottage in the dead of night. Baizhu sends the deceased there, and the Wangshan funeral parlor consultant holds the ceremony and performs the final rites, carrying out each step in an orderly manner. Even if it is simply going through the motions, the departed may rest in peace. Also, this reminds me, I wonder what ZHONGLI thinks about all of this. I wonder what he thinks about Baizhu's quest for immortality. I would love to hear what he has to say. It is a pity that though the soul has passed on, no living soul will ever thank Bubu Pharmacy or Wangshan Funeral Parlor on the deceased's behalf. But the heavens wheel ever onward, and so too does the cycle of life and death continue unceasingly. Doctor and funeral director and consultant are neighbors by coincidence, friends over the dinner table, but only truly meet heart to heart when conducting the solemn duty of seeing off the souls of the deceased. Once they walk out of that thatched cottage, they return to their former selves. As for the aforementioned first type of people, those who covet the secret of immortality, though they are many in number, their methods are crude and they are easy to deal with. Bandits are common in the wilderness and in the mountains, and a few particularly stupid and short-sighted ones once ran into Baizhu alone on a mountain road. Baizhu was refining medicine, and the bandits, having heard rumors of Baizhu's quest, came to the conclusion that he had made something of value here in this remote location. They struck, expecting to plunder the secret medicine Baizhu had created. A few hours later, the Militant arrived at the scene of the crime, having received a report. It was difficult to tell who was the real victim, with the ruffians laid out upon the ground and Baizhu standing beside them with a smile. The facts of the case come first, so forgive me for asking. The Militant soldier began hesitantly. But did you really come to place this remote just to make cold medicine? If I was refining some special medicine, Baizhu laughed and shook his head. Would they ever have found me? These stories traveled round and round, eventually returning to the ears of the storyteller. He thought for a moment, then shook his head and sighed. Forget it, at the end of the day, Dr. Baizhu is just a doctor. What fascinating tales could there be? Also, this portion right here about the bandits, I think this was the one that got shown in one of Baizhu's trailers. Yeah, I think this is it. What a nice little touch over there. Anyways, let's now proceed to character story 5. Every time the weather turns cold, the threshold of Bubu Pharmacy is crowded with patients seeking a consultation. But today, Baizhu's silhouette was nowhere to be seen. Only his assistant herbalist Guy was at the counter, prescribing medicine and dispensing medicine. Those with recurring illnesses who visited frequently knew what this meant. It was one of those days again, and so they took the medicine carefully, wrapped by herbalist Guy. They offered their best wishes, such as, please tell Dr. Baizhu to take care of himself, and shuffled out the door. At that moment, QIQI came in front of the doorway and bumped into an old man's calf. Holding her hat tight, she nodded and hurried to the back room with her stiff steps as quickly as she could. It's one of those days isn't a particular time or place, but rather is shorthand for an oft-used statement. The doctor is ill and cannot see patients today. So we are sorry you came all the way here for nothing. Please come back some other time. It is hard for physicians to cure themselves, and this is true for Baizhu as well. Baizhu claims that it is simply a chill, but he knows that he has a weak constitution, and all of his internal organs are diseased. Though his life is not in imminent danger, 9 out of 10 doctors would be dumbstruck, only able to gape in wonder at the nature of this rare and incurable disease. Therefore, whenever his symptoms flare up, all herbalist Guy and QIQI can do is bring him hot water, cloth towels, and plates of fruit to show their concern. Baizhu does not wish others to worry on his behalf, and insists on being alone in his room with only CHANGSHENG for company. With the curtains pulled over the tightly closed windows, the room was dark and gloomy. Baizhu lay down, tormented by the chills and following hot flashes. occasional breathing problems, and intermittent yet intense full body pains that often came whenever his symptoms flared up. After a bout of agony, he joked to CHANGSHENG, "If I don't make it one of these days, it will be a giant hassle, won't it?" CHANGSHENG slithered up the head of the bed and looked down at Baizhu's sweat-soaked visage with human-like pupils. Oh you, you may lie, but you may not die. Who is it that wishes to live forever? You are not yet old and haven't yet experienced a full life." A man and a snake, the snake with human eyes, and the man with snake eyes. A strange phenomenon indeed. Few know the truth behind such an enigmatic anomaly. In fact, the pupils in their eyes are proof of their greatest secret, the contract between them. The result of this contract is the Baizhu of today, practicing medicine to save lives and alleviate the pains and aches of humanity, but also embedding illness deep into his own bones, where they reside forever with no hope of relief. And in the land of Rex Lapis, god of contracts, the law is supreme and contracts must be abided by. That is true. Liyue is an ancient country with a multitude of spiritual beings and magic, and the contents and types of contracts are equally varied. But Baizhu and CHANGSHENG never discuss the contents of their own contract and always share the same response. Contract? It's just an agreement. You could say it's just a secret technique with a couple restrictions on how it can be passed down. Though those too old or young, those who are insincere of heart, the inhuman, all of these cannot inherit this technique. What else is there? Oh yes, those not fated to cannot inherit it. Those not fated to cannot inherit it. And also, yes, this got mentioned in the story quest a while ago. Like, CHANGSHENG mentioned something about the sincerity of the heart. TJ put down the tea tray and hot water, closing the door behind her as she left. Baizhu watched her leave before letting out a long sigh, as though he had 1,000 worries caught in his throat, but was unable to give voice to a single one. All he could do was shift the conversation to a distant rumor. In ancient times, there was once a Mount Yaojun, and the master of the mountain and their tea-loving friend once made a pact to wait until the tea trees on the mountain had grown, then hold a tea banquet, inviting all the adepti to partake of their tea. What a beautiful thing that might have been. But alas, of the two adepti who made the agreement, one sank into the water like the residual remnants of tea leaves, and the other lost all 10 of their fingers for picking tea. And even their memories of the past faded and were forgotten. CHANGSHENG hissed an impatient reply. What's so strange about that? The adepti are gone, but don't their tea trees remain? The tree and tea leaves will remember their ancient agreement in their stead. You should worry more about yourself, for if you and I leave, only Herbalist Gi, Chi-Chi, and the wood of the house and bricks in the floor will remember the two of us. This kinda reminded me of the artifact lore that we read a while ago. The one about Chenyu Vale, because we did get to learn about Chenyu Vale having tea trees, a certain tea tree there. I see. The name of the contract with CHANGSHENG is known as Way of the Dragon Dragging Jade Snake. Only the name of contract is known, and not even CHANGSHENG can explain the details, only that she learned it long ago. If you ask who she learned it from, she cannot recall even a bit of tangential information. Talking about the distant past with CHANGSHENG is often like this. Baizhu is used to listening to her advice though, and understands she has good intentions. Thus did he vomit up the blood stuck in his throat before sitting up straight against the head of the bed? CHANGSHENG glanced over. What are you looking at me for? I don't have hands to support you with. Cradling the soup made for him by Herbalist Gi and Chi-Chi, Baizhu slowly drank it. He got through it one spoonful at a time, his eyes never leaving the soup for a moment, as though there was an entrancing scene of spring flowers and autumn leaves at the bottom of the bowl. The small things, one at a time. The basic essentials of daily life. Life is like soup boiling and cooking. That's a nice analogy. Okay, I think we have 2 more entries to go. So that would be Bubu and the Vision Story. So yeah. I've actually learned a lot about Baizhu today. It's good that I decided to read this because I don't actually know I don't know much about him. Okay. We're now gonna read the Bubu entry. In Liyue, a form of divination is often used to predict fortune and peril or ask the gods for guidance. The people of Liyue call their particular art Janbu. Oh, this is interesting. It is said that in ancient times, medicine and Janbu were tightly linked and often confused. With no scientific understanding of birth, old age, sickness, or death, the ancestors could do naught but pray to the gods for wellness and take medicinal herbs for comfort. Over time, countless generations experiencing sickness and recovering upon taking different herbs were able to distill their knowledge into a set of rules, making breakthroughs in their understanding of medicine. Thus was medicine born with trained physicians curing the sick. After becoming an heir to this medical tradition, Baizhu brought CHANGSHENG to Liyue Harbor to open a pharmacy and practice medicine in the bustling port city. Ah, okay. At that time, the following story took place. According to the traditions of Liyue, new businesses must divine an auspicious time for their grand opening using the art of Janbu. By sticking to the preordained opening day, the business will prosper and enjoy fame and fortune. But Baizhu did not wait until the day of good fortune. One night, a mother brought her fever-stricken daughter to the door of the pharmacy, frantically pounding on the door. Early the next morning, the neighbors were shocked to discover that the pharmacy had opened several days early, with no fanfare or celebration. Aren't you afraid of going bankrupt and losing everything? Xiangsheng's voice was full of regret. All you did was treat an emergency case last night. Why would you need to open up shop early? Baizhu replied as he wrote a prescription. Every day delayed is another day the patients must wait for their consultation. Besides, what pharmacy wants business to boom? We aren't hoping for more people to get sick, are we? That's a very valid point. That doesn't mean you should just throw open the doors without even thinking of a name for our shop. And what about the celebratory message for the grand opening? A name and a message. Then let us send a message that no matter the fortunes of this shop or the diseases afflicting our patients, Baizhu picked up the prescription note and faced the rising sun framed through the door. Or our fates. We don't need to ask the gods or use divination any longer. Oh. This is a very interesting statement. In the language of Liyue, Janbu is divination, but Bu can also be the word for a refusal or negation. Thus, he chose a name that enshrined his beliefs. The rays of sunlight were shining through the door and a thin paper in his hand, with the words written by his hand clear and confident. Bubu Pharmacy, Baizhu. Whoa. I'm really glad to see that for after a long time we finally learned about the background behind Bubu Pharmacy. This goes really deep. I didn't expect this at all. Okay, last but not the least, we're now gonna proceed to Baizhu's vision story. I am looking forward to this. Okay, so when Baizhu was young, his hometown was struck by a horrific plague. Fortunately, his master was practicing medicine there and was able to contain the spread. So his master got featured a while ago in the story quest. But no miracle could bring back the lives that had already been lost. Having lost both his parents, Baizhu began to follow in the footsteps of his master, learning the physician's art. The world is full of strange and complicated diseases, but Baizhu's master was always able to provide treatment. Studying with his master, Baizhu learned a simple truth. Disease is dangerous, but it can ultimately be overcome with human intellect. Until the day finally came that Baizhu's master was completely exhausted by the maladies brought on by a contract and could hold on no longer. Though Baizhu had learned much in those years, he was still unable to do anything in the face of such a complicated and serious affliction. That most intractable disease in the world, the one with no cure or answer, death, had finally come for his master. Was there really no escape from sickness and death for mortals? The memories of his parents coughing blood from his youth had grown hazier over the years, but the scene of the cold tombstone of his master was crystal clear before his eyes. Standing before his master's grave, CHANGSHENG's normally playful words were tinged with an imperceptible sense of melancholy. Who knows how many more people will take on this contract? Baizhu did not want to see yet another precious life slip away before his eyes. No. This contract will end with me. When he next opened his eyes, they shone with a golden light as though they were unquenchable candles. The first thing reflected in his now vertical pupils was a vision, appearing briefly like a firefly on his master's tombstone. The vision was like the gaze of a god who had witness to everything, but it was also like those of his master, gentle and full of expectation. Wow. That was a lot. I'm so glad that I got to read this now. Even his name card right here, its description says sincerity begets longevity. Like what Changsheng has said earlier, it's important to those who are pure of heart are qualified to take on the contract between them and Changsheng. I see. I kinda wanna take a look at some Baizhu voice lines. I wanna see if there's something else that we can find out. Okay, let's go over to voiceovers. Okay, so let me see. There's a lot here. Wow. Okay, I will read about the vision voice line for now. The gods have somehow allowed a delusional person such as myself to explore the nature of life, and that this vision was just the thing I need, and I'm most thankful. I see. Okay, let's see the voice line about QIQI. Yes, you've guessed correctly. The preservation of a thread of QIQI's consciousness was in fact the work of the Adepti. It's also thanks to QIQI that I managed to come up with a way to save someone on the brink of death. Since the Adepti took pity on this child and even used their arts to keep her on this side of existence, I thought I'd take the opportunity to keep her around the pharmacy. There's no harm in that, is there? And meanwhile, his voice line about HU TAO says that we have some differences in ideology, that's all. I don't harbor any ill will toward Director Hu. If anything, I think she's more wary of me. Oh, there's another voice line about HU TAO. This is about, okay, exhausting encounters. Okay, let's go read this. Baizhu says, if possible, I sincerely wish that Director Hu would be more sensible about her business practices. Changsheng says, oh, so you haven't forgotten about the time when she was disseminating flyers right outside of Bubu Pharmacy. Baizhu, I just wish that she wouldn't be so concerned about QIQI whenever she has nothing better to do. Changsheng, sounds like you have something against her. Baizhu says, it's not that I take issue with Director Hu, it's just that every time she kidnaps QIQI, I have to go all the way to the Ministry of Civil Affairs to get someone to sort it all out. It's quite exhausting. Yeah, that is so true though. I wonder how many times HU TAO chased QIQI all over. Okay, Oh, this one. This one. Let's see what he has to say about ZHONGLI. Ah, ZHONGLI. Yes, I can tell he is very knowledgeable. He can carry a conversation even when discussing niche topics like ancient medicine. He must also have some habits and practices for himself when it comes to healthy living. The common headache or fever should pose no problem for him, so he doesn't need a prescription from me. Yeah, ZHONGLI is good. Meanwhile, this is his voice line about XIAO. Only the most magnanimous soul could labor to preserve life by slaying evil spirits. I was once fortunate enough to see the conqueror of demons with my own eyes. We even brought him back to the pharmacy to take care of him for a day. Unfortunately, I did not know his true identity at that time and didn't even have a chance to speak with him before he left on his own. I wonder if this was the encounter that Baizhu was referencing earlier in the story quest. Because by the time he saw XIAO in the story quest, he was like, oh, I am so sorry. I see now. I have context. Okay, so Shang says, but you've seen him since then, haven't you? There's no reason to be upset. Baizhu says, yes, you're right. I see. Okay, I kinda wanna take a look at some other voice lines. Let's see. Let's go to the medicine-related voice lines from earlier. Okay, this one. About Baizhu modern versus ancient medicine. Yes, my master did entrust to me many medical formulas from the ancient era. However, although the ancient prescriptions were compiled by our ancestors and have stood the test of time, we mustn't also forget to look forward. Times have changed, and so have our surroundings and customs. Treatments that were effective in the bygone times may not prove to be as effective now. Clinging to the classic prescriptions of the past may not ultimately serve the best interests of the patients nowadays. I see. Now this one talks about bolstering hope. People who suffer from chronic illnesses are often mentally exhausted, that is true, and if their conditions becomes critical, they may find themselves clinging to life with only a final, thin thread of hope. At such a moment, healing their body is not the priority. The doctor should focus on bolstering their faith in themselves. After all, if the patient believes they aren't going to make it and gives up on themselves, then no medical treatment will be able to help them, no matter how sophisticated the treatment may be. I see. Then, when it comes to the doctor-patient relationship, I tend to anyone who comes to Bubu Pharmacy seeking medical attention, regardless of their wealth or status. I treat everyone fairly, and I do my best to heal them. You are no exception either. Now this one about medicine testing. Now this is interesting. A poison to one may be a boon to another. What may be considered to be a universally harmful substance to one group of people may prove to be the perfect medicine needed to save another room of patients. This is a big part into Story Quest a while ago. The mechanism behind this is easily understood by those well-versed in pharmacology. It's just that I can't ever tell my patients these kinds of details. If they were to find out that I gave them a poisonous substance as a prescription, it might scare them away for good. You're the first person who's never flinched at hearing this. You're the wise traveler after all. I'm sure you've seen a lot on your adventures. So, I suppose you'll be fine with more potent prescriptions in the future then. I've been worried about finding people to test my medicine on. Okay then, Baizhu. But wow, I actually didn't expect that during the story quest. I didn't expect that even some poisons can be used as medicine. That is so creepy. And also very dangerous. Okay. Let's see if I can find more things. Okay. More about Baizhu. Baizhu's troubles. Okay. I'm gonna read this. the more about Baizhu stuff. Let's see. Let's start with number 2. If you're looking for some kind of thrilling story, I'm afraid I don't have one. Even when I was studying medicine under my late master, I didn't experience any particularly dire situations. My master saw that I had a good head on my shoulders, had me swear a simple oath, and took me in. That's all there was to it. Also, they do have an oath. Okay, let's see number 3 right here. The oath wasn't complicated. I still remember some of it. When a person comes seeking medical attention, I will not consider his status, nor will I be suspicious or worry of or worry about any subsequent consequences. I shall strive to witness the patient's distress and feel it as if were my own. For this is the hallmark of a great physician. I see. We'll now proceed to number 4 right here. I understand my master's intentions. He hoped that I would be able to put myself more in the patient's shoes and not ever be swayed by external factors. He really did have a compassionate heart and was always ready to sacrifice himself for others. It's unfortunate that he passed so early and never had the chance to live his years to the fullest. Oh, wait a minute. So these voice lines right here can be unlocked after doing Baizhu Story Quest. I see. Okay. Now we're gonna proceed to number 5 right here. While it is a doctor's duty to save others, the doctor is also themselves a person who deserves to be saved. If we wish to preserve lives, we should strive for an outcome where everyone will live to see another day. Those who willingly give themselves up for others are worthy of our respect, but we should not accept their sacrifice as predestined or an inevitable part of life. Yeah, being in Baizhu's position is so tough though. Like he is he understands that it seems that he understands that life is impermanent in nature, but he is doing all that he can to ensure that his patients will not suffer. Like he is going to great lengths, especially since so we know that all the physicians who went into a contract with CHANGSHENG, even though they were blessed with additional abilities related to healing, it also comes with a cost. Since one of their abilities is to transfer life forces, as well as transferring diseases from their patients to themselves, their life is cut short. It is actually very ironic. And Baizhu is right here promising to himself that he will be the last one to carry on the contract between him and CHANGSHENG, so that there will be no more future physicians who will bear the burden of having a short life in exchange for saving other people. However, it still cannot be denied that striving for immortality it's an impossible task. It's so impossible to the point that there was from what we've seen so far, there is actually a lot of opposition towards Baizhu's quest towards immortality, including HU TAO, for example. HU TAO is in a direct opposition to that, because HU TAO and also the entirety of Wangshang Funeral Parlor, they believe that the natural cycle of life and death should be respected. Yeah. And also a while ago, if we recall, Xiao also warned Baizhu about this. Like he warned him about the risk of searching for immortality. So yeah, I really wonder how Baizhu's story is gonna play out in the future. I think there's still a lot to be fleshed out there. And then what else do we have here? Actually, wait. I want to see, just to close this all off, I want to see what ZHONGLI has to say about Baizhu. So let me go search for him real quick. Wait, actually let me go back to the game screen since I have ZHONGLI anyways. Okay. Genshin. There we go. Back to the game again. Okay, so that would be... Wait. There we go. Profile, voiceover. I will just read the voice line. Oh wait, no. Not about ZHONGLI, about Baizhu. Oh wait. Wait a minute. He doesn't have a voice line about Baizhu? For real? Wait. Oh. He doesn't have a voice line about Baizhu. Oh. Okay, Hoyoverse, this is a sign for you to... This is a sign for you to release ZHONGLI's voice line about Baizhu if you ever have it or something. Oh, too bad. I want to see what he had to say or something. Oh well, it can't be helped. It can't be helped. But yeah, anyways, I think that would be a good place to wrap up the stream. I am really glad that I got to find out more about Baizhu today, and wow, I think there has already been a lot of instances in Genshin wherein mortals are trying to forge their own fate or something, even going to extreme means to conquer the limitations of a mortal life. And yeah, we have seen that here in Baizhu Story Quest, and I have a feeling that this will be a recurring narrative theme across Genshin, because Genshin does have the tendency to highlight the strong willpower of humans to be the author of their own fate and destiny. So yeah, I can't wait to see more quests that tackle this theme. And yeah, that would be it for today's stream for the Baizhu Story Quest. Thank you so much for joining me today. I really had a lot of thoughts about it. Oh my god, the music stopped. Wait, where's my background music? Wait. Okay, there we go. Sorry about that. It just accidentally paused for a second there. Anyways, thank you for joining me for today's Baizhu Story Quest. And for the rest of Genshin week, these will be our 2 remaining confirmed streams for this week. Let me just go bring it up real quick. So, our next 2 streams will be on Wednesday. Yeah, later today. Wednesday on Thursday, that will be on August 2 and August 3 at 10 p.m. GMT +8. And we will finally continue the Cabarena of Good and Evil world quest that involves very cute creatures called the Pari. And it's situated in the latest desert region that I have yet to fully explore. I did get to see a lot of it though. But yeah, I really cannot wait to hopefully finish this world quest series before Fontaine comes out, since there is a lot of lore there, I think, about the previous Hydro Archon. And yeah, I think I've already mentioned this earlier, but just in case the Genshin 4.0 special program, just in case it gets released this week, I will still have to see whether or not I will hold a surprise stream so that we can watch it together. Because usually special programs are scheduled usually on Fridays or Saturdays. We'll see. But either way, if ever that happens, I might stream at 8 p.m. because usually it's 8 p.m. Special programs are held at 8 p.m. at my time zone. However, if I won't be able to make it at 8 p.m., maybe maybe we'll go with the usual 10 p.m. time. Yeah, we'll see. If you ever see a Twitch live notification on Friday or Saturday, that means I will watch the Genshin 4.0 special program. I want to react to it. It's a big. I feel like it's gonna be a big, especially since it's I think whenever Genshin teases about the next major region, it's always the developers who are featured in the special program. So I cannot wait to hear what the devs are about to say regarding their vision for Fontaine with all its world building and characters and story and so on. I really love developer live streams so much. And yeah, that would be it. Also, before I forget, let me plug in my socials real quick in case you're new here. So, socials. I have a Twitter, a Tumblr, and a YouTube. Twitter is where I usually hang out. Tumblr is inactive, but it's there in case Twitter breaks down or something. And yeah, as for YouTube, that is where I upload all of my VODs for both Genshin and Honkai Star Rail. So in line with that, I have a separate playlist for all the Genshin VODs. That would be exclamation point Genshin VODs. All of all of my Genshin VODs ever since January have been uploaded there. Yeah, I will be uploading more throughout the week. And then yeah, I also made separate playlist already for Genshin. Like I made a separate playlist for Archon Quest, Story Quest, limited time events, as well as World Quest. I just organized them last night. You should be able to see them in the homepage of my channel. Yeah. And in case you're also interested with my Honkai Star Rail stuff, since I also streamed that game, here is it. Here's my command for the VODs. That would be exclamation point HSR VODs. You may type these commands anytime in chat. Yeah, all of my Honkai Star Rail VODs will be there. I've also made separate playlists for all the recent story stuff that we got. That includes Jailblaze missions for each region that we have, for each world that we have right now, as well as the companion missions. Yes, I will be uploading more companion missions for Honkai Star Rail within the week. Yes, I think that would be all for today. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you once again on the next stream. Stay tuned for the Cabarena of Good and Evil World Quest. There will be lots of exploration and reading to do, especially since the dialogues there are not voiced. Oh my god, I miss reading dialogues for the party there. Yeah. Anyways, I'll be sending you all off. Good night, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are, and have a good rest and enjoy the rest of version 3.8. And hopefully, I hope that we will get to enjoy the future release of Fontaine coming real soon. Bye everyone! Thank you so much for joining me!